+1. Woo! +1. Woo!
Oh my goodness. Oh, I forgot you guys. Hey, give me 1 second. Get things situated. They're already requesting on me. I'm a little late. It's not my fault. There were things happening today. Things happened. It's podcast day. Podcast delayed. Just a smidge. Sorry, Kiaske. I'll have to apologize. A couple things caused me to be late. Okay. I'm getting you guys up here. Somehow, some way. So I can field your questions when they're ready. Pop out, pop out. Normally I have these ready beforehand, but we just weren't prepared. There we go. Expand you guys a little bit like that. Okay, cool. Alright. V for the vegan vampire. Something like that. Okay, let's get you guys on the hand. Oh god. My cable's trying to die on me. Not yet. I'm stubborn. I need you for now. I need to add Stealth RG chat. There we go. Boom. I'll close you. We're almost ready. Thank you for watching me just adjust myself. It's the Chipz adjust himself stream. Shh. Alright. I think we're ready. Let's go ahead and find out. They requested off of me. Alright, there they are. Boom. And boom. Alright, guys! Welcome to the third... Well, I don't even know how many we've done so far, but the third podcast of this year. So far, these have been going great. I hope you guys have been enjoying them just as much as I have. Lots of conversating, talking about Ascension Academy. Eventually, we will venture out into the wild world of the unknown and bring on some people that, you know, maybe aren't our normal forte, but I think that could be fun. But for now, we have a lot of Ascension Academy people to get through. And so we're going to be a-rolling, all right? Third official episode. All right. They're all official, let's be honest. I guess you're right. There was that one unofficial one. Hey, MM16, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate you guys. You guys will make this channel run. If it wasn't because of you, I wouldn't be able to do this. So thank you guys. Thank you, thank you. Holiday season coming up, so hopefully you guys are ready for the holidays. Hanging out with family? Question mark? Or are you just fucking around? Nothing much? Well, whatever it is, I hope you guys have a good time. Because, you know, the holidays is for giving. Holidays is for loving. It's definitely not a time to be selfish, though you can be if you need to be. Because let's be honest, sometimes people take, okay? And sometimes you just need to receive. Mostly just work and Marvel Rivals? Bro, seriously, that's a mood. I think I'm ready to start my journey into the higher echelon of gamer ranks in that game. We're gonna do some competitive.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Ah, Chad, we have peeps. Please come, sit. You know the routine.
You say that like I do.
Well, you've been here once before. not everyone has had the luxury of stepping foot into this arena of conversation.
It's my honor then. Good
Oh, really? Really? Your privilege, one would say, yes?
Sure.
Okay,
Go with
sorry.
that.
Condescending.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Okay, well, to be fair, I was being a little condescending,
My
okay?
king. Look at the fucking throne he's on, of course.
I mean, what do you want from me, man? This is my kingdom. It's my tree, my throne.
Your tree.
Damn right. You want to have this
Our
fight right
tree.
now? You say that again, one more time, I dare you.
Our tree.
I claimed that spot. I claimed it. It's mine. And you. Yeah, you. You've been trying to steal it for how many seasons? Well, I guess how many episodes? I'm on to your tricks.
Steal?
Yes,
Steal, he said.
seductress, trying to steal my tree mom. What have you say? Yes, I'm starting it out right here with the hard questions. You, me, and tree mom. What's happening here?
I didn't plan this.
Me either. But the tree just kind of brought something out of me, and you know what? This is the
Yeah, I
time.
really did. Well, I just go there sometimes. And then I hang out. And then I leave. Sometimes there's been one instance where I have walked up on you singing. And I just stayed there for a little while, and that was when you did your Innkeeper song.
Oh, such a classic.
I was
Innkeeper
so
song?
it was it was so good. Would you like to perform it for our dear
Innkeeper, she's not wearing any clothes. Innkeeper, yeah, everybody knows. Well, you know how she acts, she
who's-
goes with the man.
Who's not
Innkeeper,
wearing any clothes?
innkeeper. This was for the Fortune Bay arc. Remember the innkeeper? She would always just show up with less and less clothes the more and more we got to know her.
I do not remember this, but I believe you.
I mean, it is I.
Yeah?
Yeah, continue.
I mean,
title.
I'm just observant is all I'm saying, okay? Come on.
Turn on something to listen to.
Did it not load?
Wait,
That's
what?
not this.
Oh.
Oh,
What?
oh, you don't like my background music? You don't like this
Making me
calming
uneasy.
background?
What part of this is calming? I think. Wait.
What?
Hold on, let me listen to some.
Do you have
Wait,
like?
is it
Wait,
the-
are you listening to the main
Do
map
you have the
music?
There's map music and then there's that. I don't know why they're both playing though.
Oh, you know what? It's
Oh.
probably the main map music. That's
Yes,
probably why.
respawn. Mute music is
Oh my
there.
God.
Yeah, it's. No wonder her.
It's out. That's kind of nice.
No wonder your brain won't work. It makes sense. You had like 2,000 songs happening in your head. Yeah, this is the vibe right here. Right here. All right. Tree! Oh,
Tree.
you're escaping again. Okay.
I am moving. Okay, I am stationary.
You're not getting away this time. There's nowhere to run. What say ye?
Except for spawn. Wouldn't it be funny if I just respawn?
You just got. This is what you get, Hoshi. You didn't vet the guest.
Hello? This one saved
Sorry,
you.
I'm combative.
Well, I mean,
Saved-
we.
When?
With
When?
the episode before last episode.
Oh,
You
I
were
did.
Yeah.
I get. Yeah.
Okay. Well. Let's back to the issue at hand. All right. So the tree. All right. What is the deal? And are you really trying to get in the way of Chips's love between the tree and him?
No.
It's-
Elaborate. What do you mean specifically on what the deal with the tree? You mean the fact that she's there?
I mean,
every
you're
so
going
often,
inside
or-
inside of his tree hole, and that's
She
his
doesn't go
hole.
in there. She doesn't go in there. Very rarely she goes in there.
Wait, what do you mean romance with the tree? Is that why you're serenading the tree every day?
Why is there a poll in your chat? What is this poll?
What
What
are
is
you
it?
talking? What pole?
Wait, what is the?
I see.
I
one and
don't
two.
know.
What I see you.
Oh, it's a prediction.
Oh,
What
yeah.
prediction is it?
Well, see, I guess there's some lore in chat. I don't even know. Listen, just ignore Apollo. He doesn't exist.
Noted.
Yeah. Well, basically, he stole a bunch of money from the masses, and the community want revenge.
Okay, I see.
So,
Uh,
all right, let's focus. All right, the tree.
Morgan does not go into the tree hole, as you put it, unless on very rare occasions, which usually isn't the case. If she goes anywhere in the tree, it is usually up in the branches.
there's a tree hole in the tree.
The little like alcove.
Oh, I don't know
base
if
of
I
it.
would call that a hole.
I mean,
It's like a little nook.
Yeah. Both work.
it's my hidey hole. It's a nook. Yeah.
It's a good hidey hole.
Yeah. Man, no one can really see you there. But so you're in the trees.
There's
Okay, then
certain areas where there's like a teeny tiny little area where you can peek through, but it's like you have to be in a really specific spot.
yeah.
But yeah, no, she goes in the tree.
Okay, got it. You went inside her?
You say that like you just said that Chipz has a hole in the tree that he goes in.
Okay, I just go inside, like not all the way. It's just like, you know.
I think that would be considered more in the tree than in the branches.
Alright, fair. So what attracted you to the tree in the first place? All my joshing
Well,
aside.
Morgan is Fae by nature, and big Fae-related tree on campus is probably going to automatically be a draw for her, where she just goes there. She ends up there if she's extremely stressed out or if she's trying to hide from people.
Okay, got it. So
The tree is Fae related?
well, I mean, it's tree.
To an extent.
Nature, right? And kind of. I mean, all nature's kind of Fae-ish
Yeah.
if you think about it.
It's
Wilderness-ish.
the closest thing we have on campus.
It's a magic tree.
I will. Yeah,
yeah.
It's a magic tree. It's the only thing on campus that even remotely kind of goes in that direction.
I'll
beyond,
accept
like,
Fae
the
tree,
fucking
that's fine.
globe.
All right,
Yeah,
just to be
vague,
fair,
vague.
this isn't spoilers because it's not happening, but like, just to be fair. Okay, well, if it does happen, you know. Originally, I wanted like you go inside and then there would be a big,
A room?
sexy
yeah.
mommy fairy, you know. What?
Hell
It's
yeah.
my anime. I wanted it. But anyways, it didn't happen
Hell
because
yeah.
it's too selfish.
Smidge.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know, a man could dream of his
work with it.
isekai, okay?
We can work with it. We can work with it.
A man could dream of his isekai. Okay, if you could be isekai'd and you could like literally, okay, start over. You get to the academy, stage 1, and everything could just be the way you wanted it. What would it be? Like how would you have your story? Would you meet your husbando or waifu in the tree too?
As me or as Morgan?
Well, yeah, Morgan. I mean, I'm not me.
With
I
Morgan.
mean,
I was gonna. You're
okay.
saying isekai, so
well, because I Chipz is an extent. I don't
Isekai
know
is
what
like-
you want from me.
Morgan is an extension of myself as well. I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
She wasn't intended to be, but over time, it did become that way. Unfortunately, not by my. I did not intend for it to happen. It just kind of did.
Well, when you play a character for so
I
long,
don't
your
know.
isms kind of transfer over. There's like,
Yeah, especially your isms. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we've been
Well, not
friends
like
for a
your
while.
tisms, your isms. There's a little
Both of them.
difference.
I said isms. You're the one that said ism.
I knew what you were thinking.
It's both is true.
Mannerisms.
Both is true.
No, but it's more that like just like any like actor, right? Like you can't just not put a little.
Yeah.
There's very few actors or actresses that can like really
It's
change
hard
it.
to make a character that you play for an extended period of time that you do not draw anything from yourself. It's very difficult to do
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Especially for if you like for short term, yes. It's not as difficult for like NPCs, for characters like Scott. I didn't draw from myself really at all beyond just kind of respond to things because I have no background with her. With Morgan, it was more of a just I'm drawing from what's familiar to me and I'm going with that because my previous iteration of characters with Solana, I didn't really pull from myself at all and I struggled with her pretty immensely. So I thought I would go an easier route with Morgan and just kind of go with more towards what I'm used to and what I know from my own personal life. So I'm just kind of like, okay, well, we'll just kind of go with my own mannerisms, just exaggerated. Morgan was going to be, I wanted her to be a lot more upbeat than she ended up being because I was too
Plus
stressed
one.
out to pretend that I was
Hey,
upbeat.
think of this up.
I don't have the energy for that.
Fair,
But,
fair.
for what I want with her, well, Morgan, when I brought her in, I had no, like, goal for her. I was just like, well, we'll go in and we'll see what happens. There was no driving story with her. It was just kind of respond off of people and kind of just go with the flow. Which worked for a time before it started to peter out and Morgan has turned into this fucking husk of a person, and it's very depressing. But hopefully she'll get back on her fucking feet when we come back. Because we have some, not story necessarily, but we've had some progression with her. So,
Right. I guess recently you got your staff, right?
Yes,
Plus one. Woo!
And
finally.
yeah, right. That's been a work for a while. You know,
Mhm.
you gathered some of the bits and bobs from different missions. Which ones?
Mhm. So it's basically 2 ingredients. The stick was from when she when she assisted with sealing a rift in the water cave relatively early on, year 3. Excuse me. And then the diamond was from the Feywilds mission where we were going through a back entrance to get to the grove.
Got it.
And those 2 were very far apart as well. I'm fairly certain there was other things that were meant to be used as
Alright.
ingredients for the staff earlier on that I did not recognize were meant to be that way, and that's my bad. But it took a while, but we got there.
All right, Chad. I need everyone to
got
focus up. All right,
eventually.
focus up. Okay, keep your drama in Discord. All right, said enough about it. Literally taking up the whole chat. Focus.
I can continue
Nice.
talking while you
No.
finish yourself out.
You're good. I was handling something.
They're arguing and
Yeah. Are they?
No, don't
Arguing in
don't
chat.
yeah, don't talk. Don't
a
worry about
follow.
them. They're fixing their shit. No worries. They just got sidetracked and
doing
now they're
that.
getting back on track. Yep. All right. So, anyways, back to my question: if you could have it all, and I still, I'm not gonna give you shit about the tree, but like if you could have it all, like, would you have changed your story in any way? Would you have wanted to like blow up a building or kill that one dude?
I wanted
or...
Morgan to fucking destroy a vampire during Ballbrook. I really fucking
Like,
did. That would have
jealous
been
to Jamie,
so...
huh?
Oh yeah.
What you want to? All right. Did you want to
She
fix
probably would've done it
Lenora
for Jamie.
or kill Lenora?
Neither. I mean, she wouldn't. Based on the fact that of how we kind of adjusted Morgan's power scaling, Morgan would not have been able to dust Lenora, considering the fact that Chipz ran through her fucking healing 2 or 3 times and is completely fine. At this point, there's no way. unless she fully like goes at it. It should have been me. I really do wish I managed to do that, but in the sense of not like out of nowhere murdering some bitch, but more of a like, oh, destruction type scenario. Not I don't have a specific kind of idea for it. Just more of a.
Not
it would've
you
been
wanted to
pretty
kill
cool.
Lenora. Trust you know you wanted.
God,
it.
I
Lenora
didn't
to
say Lenora.
visit the-
You know you wanted it.
I didn't say Lenora. You mean not Lenora. You mean oh God, Ivanka. Lenora's
No,
never.
I
been
want
before.
Lenora. No, oh, not again.
You want
but
Lenora,
I want,
that's cool.
I want all the vampires to come back because it'd be so funny.
I guess it would.
That would be
It'd be
it would be
amazing.
really funny, but also a really bad time.
It'd be so good.
Everybody would have a great time. What do you mean?
Just
Yeah,
imagine.
definitely.
Yeah, imagine them having to teach us something.
Morgan tried that.
You
actually.
learn a lot.
She,
You learn a
she
lot.
She actually did try that. She tried that with Edgar, and it didn't.
Oh.
It didn't go very well.
Okay, well here's the thing. Would they learn a lot? Yes, but the funny thing is like you know, Chipz got a beating right from Blackwind, right? Got it grilled into him, training every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's probably going, man, I wish I could
Poor
have
man.
that training. I could like, I could, you know,
Like,
get the whatever. But then
I'm
like,
good.
remember we tried that once. We had a professor come in and shooting people in the legs, and.
Oh, you say remember
And-
as if I was there for that.
I-
I
okay.
do remember that. I do remember that.
All right. Now there was gonna be like a whole like damn fight club shit going down, and it was gonna get real. Luckily we were able to stay in our ignorance ways, and although that's probably would have prepared us more for Fallbrook.
Mhm.
But I don't think anybody really wants it when it comes down to it, right?
It's not as fun to RP out for most people. For some people, it's absolutely fun, but for I don't want to like overgeneralize, but a large majority of people are not going to enjoy that type of RP. Myself,
yeah.
speaking for myself mostly, I do not enjoy that kind of stuff.
Some people
too
really
much.
like it though.
Some people would really like it, but so basically we have two types of people that would love it and people that are like absolutely not. There are some in the middle, but it's usually in the middle, leaning one way or the other. Like for example, Merlin loves his combat roleplay, and I, on the other hand, do not. I don't.
Shocked.
In the sense, yeah, right. In the sense, I don't feel comfortable or safe making large movements in my room.
That's why you
That's the main
pew.
problem for it.
Fireball.
Pew pew.
Yeah, yeah.
Fireball. Fireball.
We tried that for a time, but it kind of got a little clunky, and I just decided that it would be easier if I just didn't have that because it was just a waste of parameter space on my end, because it's just another thing going flying, because it's very hard to see things that are being, especially back then, it was very difficult to like make it so that particles can be seen or heard from that distance, especially if
yeah,
it's going
technically.
over. There are ways to do colliders, where if I hit you, it would be a collider, but if Vivina was in their way, it would hit Vivina first, no matter how high up I went, because Vivina's it's a puppet model, so her collider's huge. So it's
Also
a lot
lag.
of that. Also lag, and if you accidentally are too close to yourself, it'll collide on you and just not.
Yeah. Colliders won't work. Yeah,
Go.
no.
Yeah, it just takes up a lot of space and it's lag. So.
Yeah, fair. But still, Pew would be nice. But no, I get you.
Pew would be nice.
But you're healing. So
I can
that
work
brings
with
up
it.
yeah.
Yes.
So that brings up healing. People bring this up. You know, I get made fun of all the time. Ha ha ha! You say that the beating was so bad, but everyone else got it, and they were up and walking. And my rebuttal, because they say it's a vegan vampire debuff. My rebuttal is humans can be healed.
Plus
Okay.
one.
Humans can be. They'll be fucked up and on the near brink of death, but their bones can be a little bit mended, a little bit. You know,
Wait,
they
which
can be
feeding?
kind of. What?
Just in general.
Just in general. Yeah. Healing.
Just generalization, yeah.
Yeah. So the one thing is like humans can take a rack and get healed back up and be sent out with a slap on the ass, right? But like for me example, like I get fucking racking up all this shit. It takes a lot more to bring me down, but then eventually I'm like, I need some assistance. And if I can't get assistance, I need to take a breath. And I need to wait it out for a while until it heals.
Yeah, completely.
I think Victor
That is
just
a
drinks
vegan
blood,
vampire
right?
debuff. Yes.
So yeah, so I guess it is a vegan vampire debuff. Fuck.
Yes, it absolutely is that. As someone who has made it a point to make sure everyone has something that I can handle, the only one is you. It's just I can't do anything with this guy, really.
Listen.
You got this set shit. Like,
It's okay.
There you go, man. The best
It's
I can
fine.
do.
It's
Oh my
fine.
god.
I'm just a weak man. I mean, it's striving to be human, but anyways. So healing abilities. Who's the hardest person to keep healed on the battlefield?
Ooh.
Oh god.
Who's the most reckless?
Well, there's categories. It's who goes out and is the most chaotic and is just a fucking menace and comes back the most hurt. Then there's also those that go out and then stay out and then don't come back when they're hurt, or those that I don't know are hurt at all and I find out way fucking later. It's really hard to determine. I can't think of any specific examples.
But you have a more which of those categories is the most annoying?
If I don't find out you're hurt because you're not telling people. Ryder is a very big guilty
Example.
party for that one. Yeah. But he usually doesn't get hurt nearly as bad. Lux will have issues with like broken legs and such that was during the Garm fight.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
You brought up Garm.
I did.
No, we're talking about
But that
healing
was
right
during that
now.
fight. I remember that fight, yes.
We'll get to that.
It gets very, you know what? It gets very difficult if Victor is extremely hurt. I remember very specifically during one instance in Fortune Bay where he got most of his face blown off, like melted off, and
Oh.
I had to yell at that bitch to sit the fuck back down because he was gonna go back out and go fight with one eye. I literally said sit the fuck back down. You don't have depth perception, I think is what I said.
Okay.
That's
So
an issue. So
worst
it's-
human.
It really
then.
is. It is a wide
All
array.
right, worst human.
I guess I'll say Lux. Lux is probably
Okay.
the worst out of
Fair.
all of them for that.
Roger. All right.
Out of the humans.
I think that's the majority. Like the rest. Like
Everyone,
you said, is given.
everyone, I can give like a grievance for most of this. Just about, I could just go down the list essentially. Like I'll just give one example of basically Zachary. Whenever there is any fucking need for a medic, he just screams medic. He doesn't. No matter where I'm like, okay, now what? I'm here. Who's injured? Where? It drives me nuts every single time. He just medic, and I'm like, dude, I'm right here. Last time he did it, I was about maybe 10 feet away from him.
Amazing.
It's playing medic is kind of fun in that instance of just what the fuck is everyone doing?
Well, you are
But it
pretty
also
much
does mean
the
that I
only
get to
medic at this
watch.
point. Let's be honest.
Yes. It does also mean that I get to watch and like assess locational, like what's going on in the surroundings during fights.
And dance.
So what happened? Yeah. That was the fun one. I did that because I saw your camera, right?
You taunted the devil himself.
I was doing that to you. I was doing that for you. That gif is so funny,
do
though.
it again for the camera.
No, I'm not gonna do it again. I'm sitting. No, that gif is so funny though because you just have Mason fighting for his fucking life in the background.
It's so good. It was so good.
It's so.
Everything's
good.
so serious and then you.
What else do you want me to do?
You disco partied.
But to be fair, I believe during that time, I think you and Howell still thought that I had a ranged on me, which I did not. Any instance of me using ranged during that time was map related, and there was nothing in that map for me to use, so just kind of...
No, it's good. If you stay out of combat, combat found you.
Combat finds me, and then I usually kite things into people. I've gotten pretty good at that.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just like Mason is just literally anime pro tagging it up, and then there's you.
I know. It's just me.
Yeah! And then. Yeah, pretty much.
I wish there was a video of me. There's a lot of like instances of me just not knowing what to do and just breaking into a little dance. Like as far back as my AOD days, there is. I don't know if there's a clip of it. But there was an instance during a Bagua where you were K and you were AFK. Bro was basically face down, ass up, and I, as Scott, went over him and stick bugged on his ass. I just did the stick bug on you. And there's art of it. There's art of it.
Was that on camera?
Not on Stealth stream it wasn't. I think it was on Ari's stream though.
Oh my god.
That shit was so
Amazing.
funny.
Alright, Hoshi, real quick. Take the wheel. I have to check something real quick.
Go fix your
Take the wheel.
Do
The wheel, take it!
How's it going, chat? I can see you guys
Take
now.
the wheel!
I'm taking the
Thanks.
wheel. She drives the bus now. Morgan
been
was
the bus
never
nowhere.
vegan, Wolf. Morgan was never vegan.
Are you
Was
vegan?
She's not. Morgan is not vegan. She has never been vegan. I don't know where that came from.
Maybe
Morgan-
people assumed it because
Morgan's-
Faye? Question mark?
Morgan is vegetarian, not vegan. She can have things like eggs and milk, but not like...
Oh.
Oh goodness, everybody.
I made the mistake, okay? I didn't grab
Mistake.
a libation. And when you pod in casting, and you cast in your pod, you need to have some drinkage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have 2 drinks.
Yeah,
drinks.
you're prepared! I'm a newbie! I'm still
Go
getting
get,
used to
go
this.
get your drinks. I will take care of chat.
Alright, you
I
take
got
care
it.
of him. Alright, here.
I got
Zoom,
him. I got
enhance.
you guys.
Okay, boom.
Alright. Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh! He didn't even mute! Oh, I can hear myself through his mic. Okay. Where was it? Hardest part of playing Morgan. Oh. That's a big one. Oh, you guys got the clip! Okay, hold on. I want to watch the clip really quick. Playing VR... E16, I also have been playing VR chat since about 2017, 2018. I'm also part of the Old Blood. Yeah, Coors Lethal Company dancing. Oh, it's a Corrida clip! Oh, shit.
Oh.
Hey, look in chat if you want to see it. Yeah, this is memories. I do have art of this, from my husband Liz. I'm trying to think of, like, the hardest part of playing Morgan. Like, almost all of it is very difficult. Morgan is a difficult character to play now, because playing a character as low like depressed as as depressed as she is very physically draining. They found the clip, by the way. Still.
Oh, they got a clip?
I want Scott to come. I want
They
Scott
got
to
the
come
clip.
back.
Alright, I got you.
Actually, I'm actually gonna open it myself because I want to see it.
I can
You
put it
How
on
long
the
have I been
Discord.
in
Hear me
AA?
out?
1 second. I got you.
How long have I been?
We got the tech now. You don't need no nothing.
Oh my god. Oh, that's Ari next to me. Oh my god, this is such a 4 years ago. Fuck, man.
Oh my god.
God. How long have I been in AA? I got VR. Excuse me, I'm gonna stand up so I can grab my drink. I'll come down though. I got VR, early 2020. So I joined. Oh my god, we have the technology. You're
I
right.
told you we have the tech. Hold on.
I'm so. Look at that shit.
I don't know.
Yeah, look at you, tech boy up in here.
Yeah. We got the tech. It would be better if we had like a guy, you know,
Yeah,
like a
well,
little, you know, like a tech
that,
guy.
that requires more people.
I know. Yeah. Subscribe now so we can increase
Or staffage.
budget quality or whatever. I don't know. I think
Am
our
I
quality's
staff?
pretty good. All right. Yeah, we're all staff and all right. Here we go. All right. What is this clip? What were we talking about? Give us a preface.
This is 4 years ago, and you've never seen this. Did you know that this happened?
What is this?
You'll
Press
find
play,
out.
press
Just press play.
Okay.
Scott!
There goes my. Oh wow, he's already assuming the position for you.
Oh. All right. Well, that's getting clipped probably. Yep. All right.
Fan artist. Fan artist.
My body is being defiled.
And you got up immediately after I did that and had no fucking clue.
It's pretty great.
Stealth, it's been
Yeah!
4 years.
I literally just said I almost died. So accurate.
4 years later.
What did that have to do with anything?
You
Me
were
dancing
you were in
randomly.
LOC area, so there's nothing to do with anything.
We were just waiting for you to come back. And regarding how it's relevant to the conversation, it's that if I'll just randomly break out into dance. Just a little dance. And that would be doing a little dance 4 years ago.
Okay. All right.
I find it beautiful that 4 years later you find out. You see it.
Shilly.
It's silly.
All right.
Someone did ask how long, but 4 years. Early 2020 is when I joined Ascension as AOD. I remember specifically getting a DM from Vinehelm the day that I got my VR, like before I got my VR even, before it came in the mail. Vinehelm had messaged me and sent me an emote of pointing a gun at me and going, "Get in here," and then sent me the link to the server. And that is how I joined Ascension.
You can imagine that's how characters get invited to Super Smash Bros.
Pretty much.
Get in here, or else.
Wolf.
Yeah, Wolf's got a big one.
So are you talking about? Okay. So are you talking about bringing back the silly into the RP? Do you think it's hard to be silly like in year one because RP has been going on for so long and using? Oh my god, I forgot their name for a second.
That's Jumbi, or
I know it's Junbi, but I forget what Junbi. I know it's Junbi.
Oh,
Junbi's character's name again?
Yuffie, yeah.
Yuffie. As an example, I don't think people have it in themselves except. Yeah, we won't be. Yeah, there is no way. It won't be like year one silly. If anything, we could.
Chipz is silly all the time.
Chipz being silly is.
But everyone hates him. So.
Yuffie is like
Shut.
another level of silly though.
Euphemy it is further than silly. I wouldn't go say silly. It's further than that. So much has happened though to the point where I don't know. We can get some silly back, but probably not to the degree of like year one and maybe year two.
Can I say something?
Mid year three, possibly. Yes.
You brought up
It's your
Yuffie.
podcast.
Right. And well, Yuffie's character, actually, the backstory, which no one asked, right? Because no one cared. But there's a reason why they were ignorant with so many things.
Oh, I believe that completely.
And all you had to do, all they needed was someone to guide them. And Chipz was figuring it out as he was going, like, oh shit, they just kind of stumbled in here. They don't belong here, but like they can't go back either. And that was like the thing. So like the thing was like, you gotta kind of fix him. But no one wanted to fix him. They just wanted to kill him or boot him out. They wanted him to just die so the weak link could die off.
That was a bit much. I know very vaguely what was going on with UV. I didn't really... Morgan herself didn't really push into it, just more of a, like, okay, there are instances where I can siphon information out of you and get a better glean on how you work and such, but I don't really care. God, that's sounds really bad, but you know, it's kind of just how Morgan ends up being. So, especially considering there was a couple instances of like, hey, you threw, I think it was salt in Ellie's eyes.
Who?
And Morgan was like, okay, bitch, Euphemy threw salt in Ellie's eyes once.
Oh yeah, well that was their attack.
That's a bit.
It
Yeah.
was a bit. It was a bit much.
It was a bit.
It was a bit.
It was a bit.
It's a good bit.
Yeah.
But
It was funny. It was funny, Alec. But then
It
the
could've been
students
funny,
wanted
yeah.
to. It was funny.
It's
Alright.
funny, except for the fact it wasn't funny on my end, considering the fact it's my squad mate and Morgan's relationship with Ellie is that if you fuck with her, I will fucking kill you.
It
kind
wasn't
of
just the Ellie thing.
mutually.
I think the Ellie thing
It-
probably
but I
was a
do know what you
mistake.
mean.
But like that
Ellie
was a
was-
running gag. They were doing it to
absolutely
everybody.
was.
Like
It
that was the
was.
thing. It wasn't if it was just malicious, yeah, get fucked Ellie. I would
was
be like,
funny.
okay,
No,
but
no,
they
no,
were
no,
trying
no,
to
no,
do,
no,
you know.
Exactly.
And I know people are
Overall,
going,
it
"Oh, it was a bit
funny.
much," but it was like
Overall,
they
it was
were
funny.
doing a
That one
joke,
instance
right?
Was a little like that one instance was a little bit like hold up, that's a bit far, but overall
Like
that
on the
was
camera,
pretty
Yeah.
and it's hard to react to it in a funny way.
Yes.
But to be honest, I've only seen, or actually, I don't think I only heard it, and I only saw like a couple. I did not see the Ellie one in particular because I really didn't scout it out. So
Yeah.
what happened there?
I was not there directly for said incident.
Oh, so this
all
is
I
a he said,
know-
she said.
No, I was there at the very end.
Ah, okay.
Like I got pulled in because it's like, hey, we're doing a minor combat scenario to check how Euphemy is with yada yada, and then also the other thing is that I have memory issues and I remember it very vaguely of just this.
Alright, fair.
Yes, back and forth. They were kind of sparring, and then Yuffie just threw salt in Ellie's eye at Ellie. And it
Oh,
just
they were
kinda-
sparring?
I think so.
Oh, then that's fair game! God damn! Come on! That's where people go to the fucking medical wing with half of their arm hanging off. Go, good fight, bro. Good fight, bro.
No,
It wasn't-
no,
it
it
wasn't
wasn't
the
that kind of
Coliseum.
spot. It wasn't. It was literally just a like I'm the distance between me and maybe you, and they're kind of going back and forth with the sticks, just like practicing. It's not a true.
You have a
spot,
short
it's
clip of
just
it?
a
If you guys got a
very
clip of
light
it, send it. I'd
practice.
like to see it.
I vaguely, I would like that clip because I really don't remember. All I remember is that it
Please
happened,
link
and
it.
Morgan was like,
We're now
"Whoa."
curious.
Yeah,
This is why we need a tech guy. Hell yeah, there it is. All right, let's look.
we got it. We got it. Was it?
Ladies and gentlemen?
I really don't. It was not a duel.
We got 'em.
There was no way it was a duel.
Yeah, the duel just sounds too... No. All right, we got it. We got it. All right.
Every time I take a sip of my drink, I have to take out the straw because it's paper. And
Okay.
I wish we had not paper. We don't. We only have paper straws in my house.
Okay.
You got
Recycle?
it?
I think so. Well,
Of course, you got it.
all right.
Or you got it. Oh. Oh God.
All right, here we go. Boom. Put it back to 0. Come on.
7 seconds.
It's just 7 seconds.
All right. It's 7. We did all this setup for 7 seconds. Okay, that's fine.
They said it was
I
a short
guess so.
clip.
They were right. It is a short clip. All right, Chad. Let's take a look.
Ready?
So it looks like they're in the duel arena, and they are.
We were
Looks-
all in duel arena.
Well, it looks like they're dueling. Are they not?
I don't.
All right.
mean,
Let's take a look.
I mean,
Just hit it.
We're hitting it.
Maybe this will.
Surprise attack.
Ellie literally
sorry.
wasn't even doing anything. Yeah, we were right there.
Sprays attack.
Literally
Well, what
right there.
spawned it? It was training.
It was
Teach.
just
Oh,
a
they were
training
teaching how to
exercise.
try. Oh, they were teaching. They were teaching Yuffie how to fight, and so Yuffie busted out their
that what we
street
were doing?
moves. Yep, that's what it. So
You know what? I can't be too mad about that. But it
wasn't
is just
CT in a
really
meeting?
funny that
It does
out
look
of
like that
nowhere-
CT is in a meeting. Did they just kind of come up
were-
and just spray her in the face? If they came up and sprayed her in the
here's the thing.
face, if they're just having a meeting, that is
So, I
completely
think we
different.
were-
That is
I think
completely different.
I think we were in a meeting with Yuffie of Yuffie. If you're the longer you're here and you don't know what you're doing, the more likely it is you are going to die. That is what I vaguely remember. I could be wrong. Either that or we were in a meeting and they just walked up. Because that also tracks.
All right. We got
So
from
it seems
Cassidy's
like it seems like
POV.
we're kind of like.
All right. We're getting all the POVs at this
is the
point
Pod Squad
because
stream.
Here, I can grab it for you, Stealth.
well
Yeah.
we gotta. You what?
I can grab it for you.
Core is the IT lady now.
Oh, are you faster than me? Oh, thank God. Oh, shit's difficult. Man, I'm trying to talk and I'm like.
Just relax. Got it.
All right, cool. Well, cool. So we're getting to the end. We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Oh, that's right. I wasn't even in here.
Wait, go back.
Huh?
No, they were training.
I don't know.
They're training.
I wasn't there.
All right, stop talking at the beginning. What are they saying?
I can't hear.
I know it's really. Here, let me turn it up.
Do we need?
I still have eyes, jackass.
It still hurts.
Oh, what did they do? Like, what
So they were.
fucking eye is that?
What's the point of eyes?
It's still.
Wait, what?
Oh, they were training.
Go to 0.
Oh my god, they absolutely were training.
They were training.
Oh, they're supposed, but they were supposed to be like, like hitting sticks together.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's doing street moves. She did street moves. She tried to.
I love.
They tried to blind.
Do we need?
Oh my god. Jinbi is
It
a fucking.
still hurts.
What did they
Jinbi's fucking
do?
Come on,
hilarious.
Junbi.
I love
What fucking eye
Jinbi.
is that?
I wish they
They're
were here
fucking
longer.
hilarious.
Well,
I
they
honestly
could've-
understand completely. I understand it.
All right.
get
Yeah. So
That was
it
funny. They would have blended right into your one.
yes. Okay. Well, here's the thing with that one. Just because they're like, God, that was so actually anime if you think about it. They literally took somebody that they didn't know, that they thought was idiotic and couldn't handle themselves, and said, "Okay, little person, let's teach you how to swing a stick." And they're like, "Oh, okay." Blow salt, bam, kneecaps, like literally street moves. Like, come on, that was sick. And then they're just like, "Oh my eyes! How dare you, bro? Come on, you're a water user. Spray some water in your eyes."
You say street moves. I don't know if it's street moves or like you feel like trying to be some sort of priest or something, trying to like throw salt
Okay,
at
okay.
everything.
Was it that epic? No, because Yuffie is literally a klutz. Look at that. Look at that. Does that look like they could be epic? No, Chad. No, it's gonna be uncomfortable. But that's all they know. Okay? And just because that's all they know, you're literally saying because you guys didn't like it. It bothered you, the viewer, for some reason. You took offense to it for some odd reason. You didn't like it. They attacked Ellie, and that pissed you off. That's why you're bitching right meow right now. Okay, and so I'm just calling out some random Chad. I was just talking to some one guy, just one random guy. Don't mind me.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. This is the time to. Anyways, we got derailed. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
obviously.
think there was any rails to begin with.
No, that's we're just
This turned out a little
conversating.
different.
It was literally one guy, but I was having fun with it.
Oh, totally.
You,
Well, anyways,
you came out
it
here
was
asking
all right.
why
So we
it
now
was-
know that
We
it
know.
wasn't. I mean, yeah, it was kind of whatever, but
Who cares?
in the grand scope of what students have done to each other, literally,
Yeah, right.
literally salt in the eyes.
It really is.
All the students are so nice and cordial to each other.
Yeah.
What you mean, dude? They all want to kill each other.
Yeah. Well.
How did you manage to stay out of? Well, okay. I mean, you've had your fair share of drama. Silence. Crickets.
Repeat the question.
I said you. That was more of a statement. That was a statement. You've had more of your share of drama. ... But does anybody really want to kill you?
Morgan? No.
Yeah, no.
They know she's too valuable. She literally has on more than one occasion go, try me, bitch. You won't.
Oh my god.
She did it to Alpha once, I'm fairly certain.
Well, all right.
It's true.
But all right.
Yeah,
You've been
you can't really threaten to kill her.
You can't.
I guess not.
Threaten your white
Oh,
mage.
come on.
Threaten your white mage.
So you're
Try
saying
it.
so?
Try it.
Oh, so basically, you could have been friends with some people, but then they just now tolerate you because you're the healer. Man, that sucks. That's sad.
I think that's Morgan's relationship with everybody at this point. Yes.
Oof. You might have
And
been
it has
close with them
nothing-
at one point, but then it just kind of faded off, and now it's just hi.
Pretty much. That's Morgan's relationship with about everybody.
I wish Hoshi and Morgan interacted
Actually,
more.
it is just about everything. Everybody, bitch, you're in my. I stole you. But true, fair enough.
Yeah.
Did Morgan want to kill
We do
someone?
more stuff. We do more stuff. Much more
No.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, Zach is still alpha somewhat. Yeah, I guess.
I don't know anything about any of that at this point.
I
I
work
really
here.
don't. I literally have the. I just work here.
Right.
I work here. I'm close with Shizuko. Barely. Not really. We're buddies.
He's also a little
Yup.
scary.
Okay.
I love Shizu.
Well, Shizu's scary. I mean, I think Shizu scares a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, Momo's VR got fucked up. I think.
Oh, rest in peace.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. Morgan has a decently good relationship with like Ellie. I actually made like a whole fucking like tier list thing because Mary had one open once. I said, "Fuck it, I'll do it." And then there's the close friends bracket, and that's empty. And the friends bracket has like 3 people in it.
That's tragic.
Well, Morgan sees friendship as a bit differently than other people. It's more like friendly acquaintance is
Right.
what most people would say friend. That's where Morgan is like, okay, we're friendly and we're acquainted, but we're not like you're not friends. And then you get the friends, which is like Lishtia, I believe, was one of them. Zachary is one. Actually, I think they both went down. I don't remember.
No.
Wait,
What
do
do
you
they
have like some
do?
sort of friend tier
Me-
list?
Oh, it's honestly only a tier list in the sense of it helps me keep track of how, because there's so many fucking characters, it helps me keep track of Morgan and how she like
There are a
interacts and deals with certain people.
So
They
a
went
tier
down
list.
because he
So would you be
accidentally
willing to
mirrored
share
something that
this
happened
tier list with
directly.
us?
It's in my Discord. I can here. Let me
Can you-
open.
Core,
Let me
I'm.
find
Could you
Hold on. I actually don't know where it is. Hold on. I haven't. Let me see when I last updated it. Where is it? Oh God, where is it? No. Is it this one?
From
You know, no idea. I should put
Yeah.
on a wall in here, like, I don't know, where it's like movable objects for tier lists.
Okay, there it is. Last time
In
I
the map.
updated it was in November.
11-9.
Yes. Oh yeah, no, this has definitely been updated since then.
Alright, I'm sending it to you.
This has been updated since then, for sure. But I don't remember where I put it. Oh God.
That's the latest
Mason
you've
is
put
under the-
into RP gushing.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is the most recent one, but I think I've updated it further since then. But I could be wrong. Yeah, it probably is.
So the one that you
I
sent me is the
probably
right?
updated since then
Is the
here.
one that you sent me
That
right
one's
or
dead.
not?
Here, I'll just post it. I'll just send it to you.
It's the
You can
latest
look at
one,
it.
but
Okay.
It
Alright,
is
I'll
the
show this
latest
one.
one, but
We can
it's
just look at it and
definitely
you can
not up
show
to
me the
date
shimmies.
considering the fact that Cortez is all the way at the bottom and Boyle is and rather not, as well as Victor.
Alright.
Those 3 have moved. Do I have it open?
is this?
I also can give you that tier
Oh,
list.
that's
if
the
you
same
want me
one.
to. Where did I put the fucking thing? Let's see. Did it update? yes, it did. I do have the updated version. I can hold on. We can do the updated version now. This is the updated version from I
we got
don't
an updated
fucking
version?
remember the.
Oh.
Hold on. This is from I don't remember when. I don't
Wait, there's
remember
gonna be
when this
another one
was
sent.
updated.
One more. One moment still.
Roger.
Hold
Waiting.
on. This
Holding.
is if I can fucking find this stupid thing. There we go. There you go.
Okay.
I made a whole extra tier of just question marks.
Okay, wait. Is
Let's
the
look at
latest one
this.
you sent me? Is this one?
All right, here. It's this one. This one's the last.
Oh
one.
my Lord, Jesus
I'm
Christ!
giving you 3 of them.
You're using
Alright.
3? Don't.
Boom.
Oh my god, don't
No,
stress
just
about
use
it
the
too
latest
much.
one. Just use the latest one. Just use the
We
latest
got
one.
it. We got it.
Here, I'll delete the other ones to make it.
I'm
I got
opening it in my I'm opening it in my
okay.
everything so I can watch. Look, so I can look at it myself because I don't remember when this was updated, but this is, I believe, the most up-to-date one. I imagine.
Okay, so what are we looking at here?
What
So
do
we got
What do we got? Let's
we
see
got
what
Morgan
got.
at the top. Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
just
Friends, strawberry. All
Wait,
right,
only an updated picture for Hoshi up in there.
we got
Yeah,
strawberry.
a lot of these are not
Shizu,
updated.
Oh wait, that's an older.
Mason.
It's an older
That's a lot
image.
of older stuff.
It's all older, for sure.
Make it vertical. What did you do?
Make it vertical, bro. I don't know how to do. I'm just desktop. I don't got time for this. We're gonna need to figure
There
all
we
that
go.
stuff out.
I'm just looking at
later.
my thing. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Where did I put Jamie? Oh, I put him in yikes.
Jamie, where'd you put him at? You put him.
All the way at the bottom. I put it yikes.
Oh, yikes. You put Yuffie on yikes? Why'd you put Yuffie on yikes? Come on!
I don't remember.
I
don't remember.
No one likes my man.
Yuffie
Question
is
mark.
not the one that is like actually yikes.
So, do you just
What's
have
going on
like
with
this
Victor?
Howl? Yeah, do you just not like Howl?
It's
It's both his characters.
I remember when
Huh?
I did this. I remember when I did this. I was like, "That's really funny that it's both of Howl's characters." Just, I don't know
they are
anymore.
both
Huh.
enigmatic.
It's very confusing because I think I did this right after Morgan and Victor had their most recent talk, where he basically tried to instigate her into fighting him, and then with Briar, it's more of a I don't know how we are, because. What is our relationship? Is it familial? Is it that you're a teacher? Is it, what is this?
Right.
Are you my dad? Because he acts like her dad sometimes, and she's just like,
Right,
what is
right.
happening?
Well, face stuff, right? I guess.
What kind of reaction is it's question marks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm bad with
It's
emotions as a person. I don't think Morgan is good with it either. It's just, I don't understand anymore. Is basically what that category is, and that's why it's all the way at the bottom. It could be anywhere. It's just I have
Okay. And we got neutral. Okay, wait. Why am I in rather not? Excuse
You're in
you.
neutral.
Wait. Oh no, okay.
Yeah, I see where you're placing me as a
Apology.
person. You have me at the lower tier. You see, you have me down here.
Apology weed on rather not, and
You-
then on neutral with Chipz because I don't remember. I don't fucking remember.
Uh-huh.
With Kay though, it's definitely because of the apology weed scenario, and just she doesn't really trust him
Apology
very
weed?
much.
Apology?
Do you remember
What is
when
it?
Morgan?
Oh, you
So
mean
when
you mean
Crystal
the
Sword-
class? The class?
No, when Crystal Thorn got fucking like tortured by Finn, and then Kay was just like, "I'm sorry. Here's some weed for everyone," and then R was like, "I can't breathe. I can't.
No,
breathe."
they are
And then Ellie was like,
paraphrasing.
"I can't."
It was
calling it
actually a
calming.
class.
It
It was a
was
calming thing with the lady. What the hell are you talking about? Apology weed.
It was an inhalant where we had to have Ellie and Armor on the other side.
You
of
are
the
literally
room.
dumbing it down to the joke.
am.
That was the joke,
I am.
not the reality.
Okay.
You have gullible people over here. We
I am
had
down to the.
yes, there
I am
was
dumbing it
some
down, but Morgan
spells
still
to
doesn't
calm
believe-
the mind.
But Morgan still is like it's like this is not anything, which is why it's so funny because I remember Kay being on like all the
Okay.
way like.
Can I? All right. You just
down
brought
on
up
the ground.
something.
Hold on, let me
All right.
finish. Let me
Okay.
finish. He's down on the ground all the way, and I remember seeing your chat being like, "She doesn't know that that's like the sincere form of apology." I'm like, Morgan's from Saigon. She knows exactly what that is, and she's choosing to be like, "Fuck you" about it.
All right. Well, anyways,
Continue.
you're yeah, I don't know why the mad thing, but what's your take on witches?
On witches?
Yeah, witches.
As Morgan or as me? Because I love them. I
Right,
love
Morgan.
She doesn't really know shit about them. She doesn't know
Okay.
anything.
Literally, you were fucking witchcraft is literally using all that fucking bullshittery. Like
It's
you're sitting here talking shit,
agree with you.
and that's literally where the basis of our magic comes from is fucking witchcraft. Fuck! And you're just calling it apology weed, and then blaming K for it. He didn't make this shit up. He didn't write the rule book.
didn't.
He wrote it down in the book.
No, he didn't.
Man, I'm gonna need some apology weed after this. Holy shit.
I took too much apology. I can't do it anymore.
Oh my god.
It's so funny to be called. I think Lila's the one that called it apology weed.
Yeah, I think probably. Yeah, I think so.
It was really funny.
It was funny. It was fucking hilarious. I remember the
was
joke. It was a funny
funny.
meme. Yeah.
It was funny. It's just that exactly everything that had happened, it was not enough, and also it felt a little bit like an insult. I
But
suppose.
what is enough?
I can't explain.
What
There
is
wa-
enough?
There isn't enough. After
Right.
after what they went through, there isn't
Right.
enough. There's nothing. There was nothing you could have done.
And like
Right.
the character's feelings isn't necessarily gonna be fair to Kay's
Sometimes
actions.
All right.
there's nothing you can do. Sometimes
But-
there's nothing you can do.
Sure. But then sometimes
was
you
an
can
example.
understand when it happens to someone else, and then maybe not treat them like shit. CT leader.
Whoa, what?
Sorry, because Chipz got blamed for being the one who got taken and then fucking abused to shit for weeks, and then made to feel like shit.
was-
And so CT was there, so they obviously don't. Guys on your high horse. No, he didn't fucking bitch about no apology weed. I think you guys were bitching.
Wait, you have to
You have
use
lost
your
me.
words.
No.
No.
What?
you
No, I
lost
make
me.
damn sense.
I understood what you were talking about, and now I don't.
All right, here it
Because
is.
I'm not you. I was not there. I didn't
Right.
watch your fucking stream. I
All
don't
right.
know.
All right.
Are we talking about
Here it is. Yes, Chipz got taken, right? Okay,
Yes.
and then tortured, right? And then finally released.
in
And then he had a
poor boy.
conversation with CT leader, right? And then he got kind of, well, it was my choices that landed me up in that situation. It was basically
I
my
need
fault.
you to understand that Stark
Right.
is a sociopath.
Right. But you all were in on the same mindset about fuck all you and your establish this isn't enough. And Chipz never outcried about no apology weed. No one, all they did is give him hardships. They didn't give him apology weed. He would have smoked that shit heavily. He could have used it.
Stop yelling.
I'm sorry, I'm very passionate. Where's my apology weed?
Tell. Fuck, dude. Yeah, no, that shit was
So you are
fucked.
referring to Fallbrook, right?
Yes, I don't
Yes.
actually fully remember a lot of that stuff. I have out of character had a. Are you really taking?
What do you mean? It was just a couple months ago.
No?
You say that like that means anything. I unfortunately have had a chemical problem within my brain over the past couple
Don't
of years
worry,
where my memory is it's like increments, and I remember some very specific things, but overall not much. I remember seeing Chipz come back after all that and being like, oh no, he's not good. Oh no, I can't do anything
poor
about this.
Chipz.
And I also remember that being the first time Morgan realized that his ears are pierced because I'm never close enough to you to actually notice that.
Oh.
Nice. If I had
that.
smokable, I would. I mean,
Apology
I'm
weed?
Well, so
I want apology weed. I got a
I
lot
didn't.
for my birthday.
I didn't mean to
There's a
go
lot
off,
to apologize for me being born.
but I just think that sometimes
He didn't
the
catch
administration is held to an unfair standard that they cannot adhere to.
That is
Even though they've shown time and again that
No,
they've
it's
been
true.
consistent, at least. I mean, yes, there's been some inconsistencies at the start, especially at the start. Holy shit. But I'd say it's definitely calmed down since after we've gotten out some of the bad administration, and now we've kind of shook out all the bad apples. Finn was kind of a oof.
Well, that was an intended one.
Well,
Lord,
yeah,
good point.
but
So-
yeah, but still doesn't matter. It's still
We also
our,
got the
our
ones
world.
out that were not intended, but I'm joking. But you're right. No, you're totally right. The administration, but then again, it's also just like there's a lot of mistrust between the students from before and the administration, and because those students are with the newer students more than the administration is, those students are more likely to listen to their peers than they are going to about any administration being like, ah, yes, this. Especially considering the fact that the administration was what allowed, quote unquote, all that shit to go down within certain parameters.
The tier
If
list
that
is still up.
makes any sense.
Okay,
Am I making sense?
sure. All right, I got
Sure.
more questions for
That's
you.
not an answer.
No, I think I distracted them with the tier lists.
Yeah, you
The
did.
tier list is funny.
The tier list is
Do you
great.
have any
Here,
other
I'll
questions
put it down.
about the tier list before you move on from that?
No, I can always bring it back up. I think we now have
leave it
so
open
many
on my end.
cans of worms to
We do.
unpack. All right, so
sure do.
would you have felt different in your situation with CT if you found out that there was an opportunity for the whole school to be able to save you and CT to avoid all of that, but they chose not to?
No.
Would you be mad?
Nope.
You wouldn't be mad, huh?
No, I would actually be kind of like, I understand in the sense of, well, if this minor thing is getting this level of a punishment, we all need to take a step back and be like, whoa, keep the eyes off of ourselves, keep ourselves safe. And I understand and respect that, of the keep yourself safe scenario instead of the, oh, well, these guys are going through a punishment that's really unjust and, and now I'm going to put myself and my squad at risk for doing more with that, and then just make it a whole school-wide thing. Morgan does not wish what happened to her upon anybody else. In fact, that entire scenario made her go, wow, I actually don't know how Chipz and Victor are the way that they are after that, especially Chipz, because she knows about how the whole training they went through, like a very vague general,
Right.
growing up, like the dying more than once. She's like, wow, I don't know how he withstood that kind of stuff and is still the way that he is. She's like that with Chipz and with Victor. Victor a little less so, just because Victor is very much like a wall.
Victor makes sense, to be fair.
Victor makes sense.
He's kind of more the standard, yeah.
He's got his point. He's got his moments, or he did. I don't know anymore.
He's gotten better. That like before he used to be well. You never met him before. Like he literally convinced one
No.
of our squad mates to stab me.
I remember that.
Well, yeah, you
I
do.
remember
but-
that.
Yeah.
I
You
can't remember that. That shit was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. So from that standpoint,
Morgan, the
he has
mentality,
changed.
yes.
He used to be like, fuck
Morgan
this
knows
half blood,
that Victor's
whatever, and now he's like, family, friends,
The amount of
my
times,
closeness.
the amount of times people have told Morgan that Victor has changed from who he was before, it's enormous. At least in early year 3, people like Vivina said that over and over and over again, and Morgan's like, okay, I don't know what that means, but I believe you, I guess. And now she still doesn't fully understand, but she's you get my point.
Right. Okay, what
She
was
wasn't there.
Yeah.
You'll find out pretty quickly I'm really bad at talking.
What do you mean? You're doing fine. But yeah, I mean, Victor's Victor. Chipz is just broken boy, and that's pretty much it. Which makes sense if you really think
Valid.
about it. Yeah, and
Totally.
which you can
love
either go one
Victor.
way. You can either shatter yourself into little pieces, right, and then like latch on to the one piece you want, or succumb to the void.
Yeah. How about that Garm plan?
Yeah, that Garm plan. I'm kidding.
I genuinely do not fucking remember any of it beyond the fact that I was sitting there for so long and being like,
Same,
please
my
God,
God.
help. I also remember Neko standing up and being like, and making a statement, and I remember muting and being like, yippee, yeah, Neko, yeah! That's what I remember. And it was funny, because I think Neko had said something along the lines of, if we do this, my life will be on your hands when I die, and then she fucking died.
I'm gonna be honest. We had like two sides, right? Yes and
Actually,
no.
question.
And then you had that middle, and there was like a little group of them. But after like the first 30 minutes, they were just like, "Can we just fucking make a decision? I don't care. I'll choose with
To be
them.
fair,
Let's
at the
go.
very-
Let's
at
just
the
fucking go."
very end of it, what was frustrating is at the very end of it, Barry was like, I've listened to all of you, and I've decided that we're going with the original plan anyway. Fuck all of you. This meeting was useless. I'm like, what the fuck was the point, even? But my question
imagine.
is, so between the time that we had our scene, or whatever, earlier on, and then we had everyone else doing that Garm fight, it was like an hour long before, and I remember I was in the other map for like an hour, just waiting to be called on. And then I said, fuck it, I'll end up on the other map. And when I got on the other map with a couple other people, we all went in. Would we have gone in earlier if I was on the other map? Or was it because we were not there? Or was it because I just got there at the right time? It's just like, shit, could I have been there earlier? Because I was just waiting for someone in my ear to be like, okay, we're going now.
Right.
Instead of weird miscommunication.
I mean,
Because that happens.
a lot actually. Yes. They had one night to make a better plan. Yeah, I mean, true. I don't know. Like I said, the plan just kind of. Even talking about it
The
now,
whole
I
plan
get
was
like.
weird.
Even now, I'm getting tired talking about it because we've talked about it
It's
so
just
much.
exhausting.
Yeah, I think everyone's on the same page, but some people just refuse to talk about it,
I
which is the
see-
funny part. But I can't wait to bring them on here and talk
Morgan's
about it.
whole point was, why are we planning on doing something now? What's the point? Like, we literally could just focus on one thing.
Sure.
I mean, of course, in retrospect, the whole idea of fortifying Garm in his cell is one thing.
Right.
And then the other werewolves going over the walls and shit was another, but we couldn't have predicted that. We
Right.
could have, but we couldn't have. You know what
Yeah, there was some yes.
If
Some
we
yes,
all
no,
had
some
focused
no.
on being like, okay, let's keep Garm contained. Got it. That's the plan.
Thanks,
Instead
Static.
of instead it was like this whole
Welcome, Raiders.
thing, and it's just like, why are we doing it this way instead of just this one? We aren't rushed on time for most of this. It's just this one thing. Except we kind of were, but there was no way to know that in the moment.
Right. I don't know. This Garm. Yeah. So we talked about this a bunch.
It
You
happened.
got to.
It
This is what I mean. Listen, man, every person that comes on here, we're gonna have to get past this uncomfortable conversation. The Garm conversation. I mean, who
Okay.
are you
Well,
and where
struggle
you
for you,
stand?
then,
This is more for you than it is for me. I promise you.
Honestly, nah, not really. Because to be fair, well, I mean,
I was not there for that, and I was not there for the Garm fight.
no, honestly,
Except
it
for the
has
very end.
nothing to do with Garm. It just has to do with the plan. That's the funny part. Garm has
plan-
nothing
yeah.
to do with it. It was just the
No.
plan and what the plan and the causality of the plan. Like what happened as and all the pieces started doing this. Once we threw that stone, the whole cascade happened, right? So the plan was the tipping point. Once we decided to act,
Right.
that's when the vampires did the thing, the wolves and the whatever, they took the boom, 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 the whole thing went off.
Mm-hmm.
And it could have gone off in a different way. So that's why the plan is important, not Garm specifically, because honestly,
No,
he got
exactly.
the happy end. He got the witch, man.
I am so.
He got the fairy tale end.
I remember being there when they were like doing that. I'm like, I am like whatever kind of interaction they had as I walked away. I'm like, I want to pretend that didn't happen, and I'm going to leave.
You got the
That did
big
not happen.
grumpy
Goodbye.
feral wolf and then the dummy mommy witchy. I mean, you got they're right there.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
He's gonna be like, I give my life to you, witch. Like I already know. We know.
Give it a couple hundred years, maybe. Until that point, absolutely.
Oh yeah. No, we gotta work up
Yeah,
to
no,
that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, no, she got to end up in a tower with like a long
gonna
hat with
be-
multiple arms and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I know what you're doing. Yep.
Oh my god.
Hey.
Alright, dude.
That was a great game, great character. Love that storyline.
That was interesting. That was an interesting subplot. I remember the guard
Subplot,
fight
the
I was
plot.
up there for. The plot. But the fight beforehand in the city with like Morgan, Victor, Shizu, and all them. Were you aware that Morgan had to scruff Victor like a cat because he thought Chipz was dead?
Wait, say that again?
Morgan scruffed Victor like a fucking cat because he was gonna go on a rampage because he thought Chipz was dead.
I mean, he did kind of go on a rampage for a bit.
And
He did kinda
scruffed his
fucking-
ass.
Kinda
Yeah.
went in.
He did
Yes,
kind
but he
of.
almost went after. He almost went and tried to kill innocent civilians, and that was when Morgan was just like.
He might have gotten a couple normal.
He definitely did.
wolves. Yeah, I think I saw.
Oh,
him
he
take
probably
out-
did.
I know
Most
Wolf
likely,
Ears.
yeah.
Yeah, no, Wolf Ears is making it known. No, he did. You saw it. I was like, I know. I was being comfy about it. And calm down.
Also, you
alright.
say innocent as if the one that was directly in front of him wasn't, I believe, a child. Or like a
Wait, what?
very young teenager.
Oh, there were
Based on-
young teens,
I
yeah.
don't know. Yeah, as a teenager. I just think it's so funny that Morgan just scruffed him.
It's funny.
Cat. There's art
I
of
like
it.
that
I
image.
showed Liz, and Liz made art of Morgan scruffing a cat that's like it's like a Persian that's yellow and it's grumpy and it's very
Oh my
cute.
God.
It's really cute.
All right. Well,
Thank
since
you,
this
we're
is
on
Surrender.
this, what do you think was fake news in Fallbrook?
Oh, like
Fuck.
Do you even remember the news?
I remember looking at it and just being like, yeah, this is mostly just over exaggerations in a couple aspects, but it's all stuff that's understandable in the sense of like, oh, Chipz is a hero for XYZ reasons, or Chipz is dead. And it's like, he's not dead. And then it just a lot of it could have been over exaggerated, but I don't really know if anything I could say is fake because from the perspective of a lot of these people, it probably
Yeah.
could have been like seen as true, but
They
as
don't
someone
know
on
what
the
was
inside that
happening.
knows what happened, like what led to these points, it's like that's not true. But if someone that doesn't know that, I wouldn't say fake news. I also don't fully remember
We call
because
it
I looked at
we call
I
it
looked at each
weaponizing the
newspaper
news.
once. Yes, that's exactly what happened. But that again, I think
What?
most was it like I can't tell if we ever got like to a point where we like knew if the vampires were in control of the news. Like it was hinted at, but
yeah.
never like confirmed.
I think
This
we
is-
figured it out near the end.
Yes, this is
Cool,
why
I
we
was
have a
never
problem. Right, this is why we have a problem because like there was like a handful of students that figured that out. like
I literally spoke to
5
the
or
guy
6.
that was giving out like papers and I
Well-
literally spoke to that guy and he's like, I don't know where it comes from. I'm like, okay.
Right. Well,
And that's
some of
all I
us
got.
followed up.
Right
Yeah.
before,
That's all I
like, the
got.
Big battle, right?
Well, there was actually
Yeah,
more. Well, I could tell you. I mean, if you're curious, yeah. So that was actually
Please,
one of
yeah,
the.
go for it.
That was actually one of the clues, right? You start there. Like, if you somebody actually talked to him too, and it was Mason, and they waited. They camped out and waited and shit.
my
And then
God.
yeah, and then he was able to figure out some shit, and then he got the next clue basically, right? And then so Mason was following some clues, and then Ari's character, Slimu, was following some clues. I forgot how Slimu got their clues, but it just kind of, yeah, eventually it all led to a red shirt guy. And red shirt guy who wore a V-neck, much like mine, and I was getting very agitated. And he's just, I thought about killing him and taking his shirt, not gonna lie. But, yeah, Hoshi got roped in, part of the team, when we went to check out Red Man's shirt, and then basically there's some guy who gets the news, some guy who gets the pictures, and they were being threatened to swing some of the news stories. So like,
That makes sense.
most of it was real. Some articles were printed just to whatever, or some articles were just
Right.
changed here and there for like a sentence or two, just to spin an image. But yeah, that's basically it. We figured that out right before all the shit went down, but everything else
Yeah,
kind of
it's like-
took precedence. Yeah.
That's why
was
people
kind
didn't
of
find out. It
Oh.
happened right before everything
right,
went down.
right.
Like hours before, right?
Morgan
Yeah,
had
yeah.
the worst fucking time in Fallbrook of just, I'm attempting to find information, I have information, and then someone comes in and goes, we already fucking knew that. And it's like, why didn't you tell me before I went and took the time to try and figure out things?
Aw.
It happened every single time. The only
Aw.
thing that was like, cool, my favorite instance is that she fucking managed to swindle her way into that fucking party as staff, found out there was a dire bat beforehand, told like 3 people, hey, there's a dire bat, and then that was it. There's a dire bat. There it is. We're done. Okay.
Wait, did we even...
That was
Wait,
that
did we
was
end
the
up seeing a dire bat again?
Yes, we saw the dire bat that, like, maybe 30 minutes later after Morgan found out of, hey, Godfrey has this dire bat, and then I think it's the one that we fought in the end, when it was in the fucking... that Morgan now has teeth from, which is kind of cool. Because, like, yeah. I don't know, Morgan just was always, like, right on the precipice of having information, but then everyone else being like, we already know this shit, and it's just like...
Follow the
It
clues
was
just a
it
smidge
was
too late.
so painful. It was so painful. It actually was really fucked because it's just like, oh, I'm looking for things for this and this. Okay, I have this information, and Morgan has had a lot of information on stuff that we actually never touched on, for things like, oh, there's runes on the insides of the walls of the werewolf district, which Cortez found that Morgan was brought to Morgan's attention, and Morgan was apparent. I think she was able to figure out that those were the blood ritual ones that were all the way in the basement of Withermorn. It's basically just a lot of stuff. It's like, cool. I found context clues that we never used. Just loose threads. That's kind of where Morgan ended up, and I think I wanted her to go into stuff with the cure, but because it was Hannah's kind of farewell stuff. Fair enough.
I mean, all you
makes
guys
sense.
were, yeah. I mean, but
A lot of it was also me. It was mostly my fault as the player of, whoops, I probably should have actually made sure a DM was aware of all this, except instead of being like, oh, okay, this DM is probably going to talk to everybody and be like, okay, we all know that this is happening, which did not happen. That's my bad. I think there was at least one instance of that. That's just my bad.
I don't know. Don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, if there was a
Exactly.
miscommunication, yeah, you just gotta.
Yeah, just some miscommunications. But you know what? It happened. Whatever. It's just Morgan was just on the precipice of it at each time, and it's just like, fucking hell.
Yeah, sometimes
so-
with live DMing, like there's like If there's like 5 things happening, you have to pick one that
I don't
takes
wanna push the end.
importance. Yeah. So I don't know.
What were
It's
you
hard.
saying, Cor?
Oh, you showed me something earlier with your shoulders.
Oh, I'll switch models. I wonder if it'll do it in this map, because... So basically, I updated Morgan's mage armor, but
Okay.
with the new update you did to the map with the fog and shit, it does you cannot see it. And I was so upset.
Is it on now? Oh, you can see it.
You could see it here.
Oh.
But with the fog that you had, it was just invisible. I'm like, well, there it goes.
Alright.
It was very
GG. GG.
Hey, Chi-Chi.
Hey, Chichi.
Come.
Welcome.
GG. Oui. Oui. Alright. So we had a couple questions, a lot of questions actually. They kind of scrolled by, but favorite arc in AA so far for you, or if we're on Fallbrook, favorite moment in Fallbrook.
We haven't done many with year 3.
Okay,
We've
yeah.
done,
So
what, 3?
No,
We've
just
done
AA.
Oh, in AA in total?
yeah.
I don't know, because I was not there for most of them. I actually do remember.
Whatever
I think
you're
the
there for.
Actually, Abagua was really fun. The first you know, yeah, no, I think year 2 Abagua was really fun. I enjoyed that one.
That was
that.
Yeah.
people
That
were
was
less
fun.
serious
That
during
was
that
fun.
time. People had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun.
We had the
That
party,
was fun.
you know, in the hot springs. People let loose. Man, we had drinks.
Yeah.
And then
I
like,
was not there for
and then
that.
there
I
was
just
like
remember
the
playing
harpy
the final
stuff,
boss
and then
of that. I played the final boss.
you just
I
like
was
being
the
the
mother.
boss.
I was. No, I just. No, here's the thing. If I had Morgan in there during that time, I bet I would have had a ton of fun. But I was not. So I had Scott, and the harpy stuff was really fun. I remember being really cool.
Right.
First and second time that we did it. I did play the final boss, the giant worm at the very end. I remember that being pretty cool. I remember in call, all of us being like, "Oh shit, Rook's gonna explode."
Sage.
That was funny. That was an interesting interaction in call. We're like,
Sage.
well.
Yeah, that was a sad time. It was a sad moment in life.
Saged.
The Kari-town attack in year 3 was really fun. Honestly, I think that was like a really good arc for... I really enjoyed that as Morgan. GMA tournament, not as much. Fortune Bay, it was in a really weird spot for me personally, but it was still fun. I enjoyed it. Tactical Concordia is 1 episode, Grove Mission is like a Monday episode, Lost Library is 1 episode, and Fallbrook was like 5 months. I think.
I love Fallbrook.
Yes, that was a long one.
Fallbrook was interesting. Okay. This is gonna sound very off topic, but before Thanksgiving, my grandmother was gonna. We had early Thanksgiving with my grandmother and like that family because they were gonna go out of town during that time. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm there. We're talking, and I hear Fallbrook uttered, and I just fucking stop what I'm doing. I'm like, excuse me. Apparently, there is a Fallbrook, California, and someone in my family used to live there. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it is.
That's how I feel about Saigon.
Saigon is another one. Little Saigon is actually a place in California as well. I saw both of these things while I was driving to San Diego this year. It was a lot. I'm just kind of.
Words, words do things.
Yeah. Yeah, words can be triggers,
Yeah, unfortunately, we only got so much.
Is Fallbrook triggering you right now?
A little bit. No. I'm joking. No, it's fine. It was very funny, though, hearing another family member say that and just being like...
Right.
You said what?
Hold on, what? And then just everything that happened, just... I'm like, fuck, now I'm thinking about Ascension again, and I'm trying to be with my family. God damn it.
I'm gonna be honest.
I can't wait for a new AA location in Wisconsin.
Did you feel that Fallbrook? You said Fallbrook was 5 months. Did you like the span of time? Well, I don't know. How long was it? It would have been 3.
We
No,
were
it would have been a
there-
decent chunk of time. Like,
We were
yeah,
there
we
for
were
a long
almost there.
time.
Yeah, it would have been about almost 5 months. It probably is about 5
for amount
months.
of time.
Because remember, we only do 1 episode a week,
Yes,
right?
we do.
so that's really not a lot when you think about it. So yeah, it's about 5 months.
There were portions of it that felt really slow.
Mm.
As it felt slow in the sense of, okay, it's probably that things aren't done yet type of slow of, okay, well, we don't have things done, so we're just kind of like here-ish, I guess, for today, because something's not done yet. That's kind of what it felt like a couple of times towards the middle. Like the first couple episodes is like, okay, we're unlocking each area per session because it's just kind of what's happening. I was like,
Yep.
okay, this works. But after a while, it was just kind of like decent amounts of time that were just kind of not much is happening. And it did kind of be slow. It's weird because the pacing in Fallbrook was all over the place. It felt like it's like, oh, suddenly we're leaving, like with a week notice, and then we're here. Okay, we're going through it, and then we stop. And then we don't have a whole lot going on. And then we have stuff going on, and then it's again slow, and then suddenly, oh, we're at the final boss, and then we're leaving.
Yeah, that's about right.
It wasn't a consistent flow, and it was a little bit jarring for me personally. It was like, oh, okay,
I can see
things are
that.
happening. Because I actually was getting some model work done, possibly to be like, okay, well, I don't know how long we're gonna be here, but I could reprise Gwendolyn for a little while, because I got nothing to do as Morgan, and I'm kind of bored. So I might as well go fuck around as a vampire. But then literally the next session is like, okay, this is the final boss and we're leaving. I'm like, oh, okay, never mind then. So it's just a little jarring on my end.
Yeah, I think it might be a matter of perspective.
Exactly.
Because
No, it
for
totally
some
is.
people,
Yeah.
it was pretty much, I don't know, like for Chipz was pretty much
It's
action packed.
different,
From
yeah.
my POV, yeah,
No,
I mean, and then even when I was in, because remember Chipz was locked up for 3-4 episodes, right? So I was
Yeah, you were
literally
gone for a while.
spectating I was spectating and AODing, and I was busy as fuck. There was so much stuff
Yeah,
going on, so many
There's a lot
plots
going on.
happening, like so many things that people were doing. But I think only some people were holding the keys, and not all the keys were being passed around, and so thus
Exactly.
you weren't getting included in all of the little arcs.
Morgan often does not get included.
Well, when you don't have those to tie into, you're not going to understand most of the stuff. You're just going to be showing up to hack and
Exactly.
slash. So then it's going to feel
Pretty
jarring.
much.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
like,
very
oh, we
jarring.
have a
Well,
werewolf.
yeah.
Oh, now we don't care
And I
about the
understand
werewolf.
that.
Now what? Oh, we're going to go kill this
Exactly.
thing. Okay.
It's like I'm attempting to come to like understand what's going on, and no one's telling me what's going on. I'm like, oh, I have a vague idea what's going on. It's like, oh yeah, we found that out like 3 weeks ago. We're over here now. I'm like,
Information
what?
Academy.
Well, leadership meetings were the big thing to keep the information flow, but we found out that Ignis was one of the few that really did the communication well. The
main
other ones
problem with it is
attempted to
that-
communicate it is just that it was hand down, right? Like hand me downs. And when you hand me down,
Secondhand.
yeah, some people just shorthand it and they leave out some things, and it's not malicious, it just happens.
Oh no, exactly. A big thing with Morgan though is that most of the time Morgan is busy doing something else while Crystal Thorn is having a meeting. Such as she's doing something with medical, or she's elsewhere and no one can for some reason nobody can find her and they just give up. It's an assortment of issues of it's usually medical based though, of like, hey, I'm in a medical meeting, give me information later. Like it's kind of that scenario. There was a point in time where Morgan actually debated on talking to the headmistress of being like, hey, should I just be medical squad? And like, that's it? Because that's kind of where I am, and that's kind of all that I do. Crystal Thorn is one thing, like, of course I'm with Crystal Thorn and I do Crystal Thorn things, but it's like, we have a lot of squads that are missing medical, or their medical is a frontliner. So it's like, supplementary kind of unit. So it's basically just, oh my god, hello?
Oh.
Oh, my shit just broke. Okay, I'm good. But yeah, that was the end of my sentence. I'm good.
I don't know. Okay,
I mean, you
so
had this. You were shopping like different ways to distribute information as well, right?
It's tough,
yeah.
especially with the amount of people
Yeah.
that we have.
I will say that the way that because every mission you do stuff new because you're always trying you iterate. I mean, because doing the same thing is boring. I'm gonna be honest, and plus it doesn't work because the story progresses anyways. So formulas change. And just like for example, like our formula after this is changing a little bit more. This is it's more. This next go round will be less hubbish, where we stick around for 6 months. It's gonna be we have shit to do. It's gonna be like we're now mission bound, kind of a little bit more. It'll be a little bit more formulaic, a little bit more streamlined, but for some stuff. But then all hell will break loose, so it'll be fine. But one thing I will say about Fallbrook, and one of the many lessons learned, is the morning meetings, no matter how many hours is spent with communicating, no matter what is done, it doesn't matter. Communication still breaks down, and then it's just that RP at the beginning hours just kind of got. Well, I don't know if it's wasted, but I don't know if people want to necessarily spend an hour or two every RP session going over what happened the day before, making sure, and then even then they're not passing down that information to you, and then so then it doesn't even matter anyways. So what's the point of these things, right? So unfortunately we don't have the answer, but
No.
it comes into attempting to feed the information to the masses. I'm going to be honest. Everybody understood what was happening because we dumbed things down when we did this the last little bit for boom, shit blew up, graveyard, right? I think everyone figured out the plot to that, right? Like
Pretty much.
yeah, tree ouchies, some disease crystals. Oh, we got a crack in the thing. Oh, the escape seeds from the Hydra Blossoms got infected with that thing. Okay, cool. And then, all right, now we have a crack. All right, we attempted to seal that. Cool. Oh my God, they attempted to grave rob shit. So that one was pretty streamlined, right? Like everyone understood because it was painted out like a picture. It's the best way to go. To be fair. Yeah. Now we tried. Vampires are subtle, and this was literally. We did subtlety. We tried to do politics and vampires.
It worked.
Oh yeah, they fucking kicked our ass. But god damn.
Your body is poggers.
I had so much fun.
Thank you, Trey.
It really felt like Hoshi got to come into her own in Fallbrook more.
Yeah.
She was actually trying to do stuff.
Yeah.
Well, Morgan politicked her way into basically being adopted by Caiaphas's wife, so that happened. I don't. Yeah, Lucina is like that. I like her. She's mine now. And I'm like, okay, I'm here, and now I have a baby fucking gargoyle because of it. Still don't know how that happened. It's because I'm charming.
Your body is poggers.
And I managed to play that up really well in just the right moments. She was there for 2 episodes. It's mostly because Morgan was very, very helpful regarding a lot of... well, here's the thing, is that there was off-screen stuff with Morgan and Lucina as well, because we're not gonna have Morgan helping out with the party itself, setting it up on screen, because it's just there's no need. Resident Disney princess. Yeah, I don't know how I ended up this way, but I am. I don't know.
We lost our music. I gotta
Morgan can sometimes use her words just right, but just right. I don't think no. No. I think Caiaphas is as confused as Morgan is, but they're kind of cool with it. They're like, alright. We're cool.
Music.
Oh god.
Hmm.
Okay.
Sorry, I just needed music.
Oh.
I realized we were music
Aw.
big. Gotta turn it back down though. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice in the background. Ah, yeah.
Sorry.
All right, there we go. Music in the background. Feels good. Feels good.
Feels good.
Alright.
Feels good.
All right, so Fallbrook, fun. I like Fallbrook. Fallbrook was fun.
It was
think
a-
that
I
was one of
liked it, yeah.
that was one of my favorites. I liked the fighting. I liked the intrigue. I thought there was good development. And honestly, I do really like the growth with our students. And you may not realize this, but like over time, like man, we used to suck. Like year 1, year 2, like we sucked at the squad shit. Like we had been doing it for a year or something, and we still sucked.
Oh yeah.
But like for whatever reason, this year we're like in sync. And I'm gonna be honest, as AOD, like it's getting harder because we're getting flanked, right? We're getting pressured. They're getting breakouts and they're breaking through. They're wedging, and then and then they're sweeping and taking advantage of that. And it's hard. We're getting decimated, especially with our lower numbers. Like it's hard. But it's awesome, too, because people are communicating. Our battles are getting grander because of this. Even though we break down into, like, from our individual components as squads, we're, like, we're still figuring out how to move as an army unit.
You need guys. You need like AOD guys. One person's like right here, but they're controlling two other people.
Oh my god.
Like,
Puppets.
Well, see, we actually, AOD was buffed. They were actually, during the graveyard fight, we had humans, right? So they were playing more strategic. They were backlining with ranged. So then our flankers, we had to flank them and then like jump over the hedges and then take them out that way. But they were keeping us at bay for a good while. Like our main forces were just getting harried. Oh, yeah, we were the flankers, so we flanked around.
I saw none of it.
Oh, I love watching the whole battle. This is the stuff I thrive in. I'm like, oh, a battle? Watch the whole thing. This is so much fun.
It can be fun. What happens with Morgan is that people go sit over there, and I'm like, okay, and then I'll be there, and that's what happened.
Yeah, we gave the
Alright.
AOD instructions.
I'll
You guys,
wait.
you're humans, right? You have some patsies that are like, whatever, you're bad boy guys that you control, but you guys you're thoughtful. You have training. You understand tactics. You don't want to die. You're gonna hide behind stuff. You're gonna stay together. You're gonna have formations. You've done this before. And I'm gonna be frank, we're not used to that. Have we fought against an army of organized forces?
I'm trying to understand what you're asking. If you're asking me a question or if you're just speaking still.
It's called a speaking rhetorical question. Never mind.
Yes.
Anyways,
Which
yes.
Which is why I was confused as to why
An
I'm like, do
army
you want me to
of
respond
darkness?
or
No, we haven't. What have you fought that's intelligent? That's not a mindless mob,
that's fair.
right? Like we've had like one necromancer or something.
Vampires.
the
Yes, the
vampires.
vampires. Yes.
But it's limited.
Right. We weren't fighting the whole. Could you imagine if we were fighting the whole?
Oh my god.
The whole entire.
That would have been a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily we just fought the fucking guard. I say luckily because those guys are badass.
And then also that one Varg heist, sort of.
Yeah, that's a monster. Again, that doesn't count.
That thing was so fucking cool.
Yeah. So like I
I
said,
loved that.
my point stands. The most recent battles we've had, that's it. The last two battles, that's it. Before that, it's been, I mean, the Ymir cultists I wouldn't really say would count. They were just kind of we just were easily snuck in there and just kind of
Very iffy on that one. Yeah.
bopped them on the head and we were able to kind of get there. So, yeah. But yeah, no, it's gonna get harder, right? Like we're gonna be starting facing these. I mean, more epic battles, which I know you're like, I hate battles. But yes, I'm proud of us. Okay, we used to suck, and now we're great.
Yeah. Except Crystal Thorns and Shambles. We'll see how
Oh,
we'll see.
yeah, well, true,
We'll see.
true. I'm just glad because now we just don't look as bad, you know?
Yeah, fair enough.
It's hard to play that we know what we're doing when we're breaking
But
apart.
we don't.
I mean, but now it's fun criticism, right? Because it's like we're all like doing our best, and it's like sometimes we
Yeah.
do call out, and we want to learn, and it is fun because it's fun to learn
It's
the VR
like shit,
combat.
man. It's RP. I don't think most of us don't know. We do our best. Don't
Oh,
put us
man,
in
I
the
love
same
this shit.
standards as you would like a real military.
What do you mean? Have you not read the walls? There's sword, shield, and whatever. And you didn't know all the stuff we've been teaching you is basics for the military?
I would say don't. I that doesn't change what I said at all.
But I was just saying. Drop it, give me 20.
I know. I remember. I think Haven trying to pull that kind of like rank and orders on me, and I straight up was. I can't do that. I just become
No, that's too
aggressive in the sense
serious.
of, go fuck. I know. I literally am like, go fuck yourself. Mostly because
Way
it's
too
Haven,
serious.
but the rest of it is because like I can't. I don't like that. It really it's off-putting. It's
Fair.
like
That's a
if
good-
there's some instances where it'll work, but if it's just like every time or it's too frequent, I'm just kind of
Nah.
oh, it makes me uneasy, and I'm just kind of fuck you. No.
Yeah, no, we use it for
I'm here
like
to have fun.
flavor text. Yes sir, no
It's for
sir,
flavor.
dismissed, and that's it. The rest is like
Yeah,
whatever.
that's about it.
We pull
Yeah.
file and rank when it's supposed to be a plot line. Like, yeah, we want you to hate this character because they're making one of those choices, and you're just like, but that's in order. Oh, I hate you, Captain. You know, sure. Yeah.
And it's also why I have it like a point where Morgan is very like absolutely not when it comes to those kinds of scenarios. She's very like, ew, authority. I hate this. Like,
All right,
fuck
so we got a question. What do you think is the sweet balance between combat, exploration, and social RP? Just for like
Bitch,
percentage.
Do I look like? Do I look like? I don't know. I don't know. It's with the amount of people that we have. It's very difficult to find any sort of sweet spot in any sort of portion of that. There's like out of any of it, it's hard because
Too many
everyone
people.
has different. It's too many people, and everyone has different. Like I want to be here for X, Y, Z. Like
They're
some
asking
people
for
that are
you.
here because for social.
Your preference. What
My
would you
preference?
like? Yes, if you ran the like, I don't give a fuck about me, the show, the people. Fuck all them.
Okay.
What would be your preferred?
Well, I wouldn't.
Yeah, like if you
well,
ran the
I,
show.
again, don't want to. I don't want to run it like in the sense.
I'm
of
not-
it's
okay,
my
I'm not
favorite.
saying
No,
it.
no.
It's
I'm
just-
just reiterating that it's
Yeah.
not in the sense of this is how I want RP to run. It's more of
Yeah.
so. Well,
What do you like?
hmm.
What's your preference?
It's about to make people happy. Let me scroll back up a second. So I can see the options. Oh my god, what is fucking breaking?
Combat,
Stop breaking.
exploration, or
Combat-
social?
I think exploration is super interesting. That's something that I think that's super fucking cool.
So you do like combat?
It's exploration is interesting. Combat, on the other hand, I'm just
Oh,
kinda,
exploration.
exploration is fun. I think, like the I like subtlety. In the sense of being like, oh, if I can be
Intrigue,
like, oh wow,
mystery.
it's more of like I like context clues within things that I can visually see or things that I hear. It's like, oh, I see that this thing's knocked over, so you can see the story in the scenery. I love that stuff. I think that stuff's really fun and really clever. It does, however, become a little bit difficult with the amount of people we have, in the sense of we're very tunnel vision. We don't really spend time to look around, especially if we're in an area that's combat heavy. We don't really look around until way later if we end up going back to where we were, because a lot of the times, as earlier, if we do combat, we are just pushing forward and through. If there's something here and we're just pushing through, we're gonna miss most of that.
Yep. Insert monster that was destroyed. By the way, just to put that out there.
Yes.
You could have saved her.
I know.
I'm so mad. I'm
actually
mad.
really mad about that.
Oh my god.
Listen, we're all fucking pissed about. I'm so mad about that. I've always been mad about that. I'm like, what the fuck
And her
are
story
we
was
doing?
so tragic too. If you,
I
I'm
know.
actually pissed.
I know, and I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Exactly what you just said. Tunneling. What you just said.
Like white red. They fucking.
We're at a point where you
Him.
can't. Where if you can give us the choice to not do something, but you have to expect us to tunnel vision and not recognize that unless it's someone that isn't actively fighting the entire time.
But what's
Morgan,
heartbreaking?
Not fighting the entire time and spending time going back and forth figuring it out, being like, okay, this, and then seeing her die is just like, fuck,
Right.
dude, what did we just
Wow.
do?
Some people were figuring it out. Some people were figuring it out, but they didn't know if they should say something. And that was the heartbreaking part. They couldn't make the choice because then they would have to convince everyone else to stop fighting. And that's
It was
harder.
It's so much harder,
Yeah.
especially considering that we have a lot of fucking murder hobos in the house.
Scary,
and that love to
actually.
Fight. It's people that like
It's a
to
little
fight.
bit.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
only that are like fighting, and they tunnel vision and they're fighting, and even if you're yelling for them, they are just, oh, I'm fighting and I'm fighting and I'm having fun. It doesn't matter if it's
We
a
gave a
character or
big-
person out of character. It's a thing.
What?
It was a big
I-
boss
well,
arena.
I hate.
It was
I
so
hate
cool,
what happened.
but I hate
but-
I hate what happened.
I hate what
Yeah.
happened,
Still
but
mad.
you can guarantee that, like, if that similar thing happens again, Hoshi isn't gonna like let it happen like
you
the same
say
way.
that like there's no way, especially it's just there's too many people involved to try and like slow anything down, because there's too many of us. There is too many hostiles where trying to slow down at all puts you and everyone else around you at risk. There's no way really around a tunnel vision through it unless you're not in combat. If you're in combat, you're in combat. There's not going to be a whole lot to change that unless it's something that gets everyone's attention and is big enough to get everyone's attention. If it's small,
Yeah.
or if it's something that was written down or anything like that and someone realizes it, I could scream as much as I want. No one's going to really pay attention to that except for anyone that's nearby. And even then, it's just, you cannot, in the middle of combat like that, be like, hey, let's stop trying to kill this person, because then we're dealing with all sorts of other shit of, okay, well, everyone's in combat, we have to get everyone out of here safely, but somehow the safest, it's just, it's a lot to try and get it to stop after it started.
They have a great question, but it is a doozy, so good luck with it.
Okay.
With the tunnel vision topic, do you think the RP people should have the opinion, or have the option to get bad outcomes, or an effort should be put in by the DMs to either change things so it doesn't look as bad for them?
Television topic. I'm like trying to like understand a little bit more because this is a lot.
Yeah, do you think RP people should have the option to get bad
People
outcomes
should have
if
the
they
option to get bad outcomes.
So if they
Effort should be put.
if they tunnel vision and kill the daughter, should we penalize them for killing the daughter, or should we just let it slide and change it so it's easier for them? I'm not saying the daughter, it was a punishment in and of itself. There was no need to be punishment. I'm just using it as an example.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so so we're at a point where it is a pattern of this has happened more. If it's a pattern where, okay, each time we go into a scenario like this happens, and it's a pattern, and we as outside DMs, people that understand that, we see that and we go, okay, so this is what's happening. If we give them another one, we cannot expect them to do anything different. We'd have to guide them a little bit further a different direction and then give them an option to see if they change their mind or make it so it's a bit easier to distinguish. Of course, it's not that it should be easier, it's more that if we have the same issue every single time, it's not really entirely an issue on the player. It might be, but it also should be, we could do more to guide them to change an outcome.
Obviously.
If that makes sense. Yes. We just can't expect someone to be like, okay, well, I've done this exact thing this many times, but now you can't expect them to fully do something completely different on the last time.
I think it'll happen.
I think they're learning. They have been learning.
I don't know.
Well, let's take.
It's very slow.
Like,
I'm just
okay,
saying as a generalization.
since the daughter, I mean, we didn't kill all the people in the cages when we were scaling in there, remember?
That's true.
They attacked us, we didn't kill them. That's huge. I think some people tried.
That is very big.
I think. And some of us actually, by reflex, Chipz included, injured them.
Somewhere else.
Yeah,
Yes.
like I injured them by reflex. Like I instantly stabbed.
Yes. Yeah. What I mean is that if you put a boss in front of me every single time, if you put a boss in front of someone every time, and every time they're like, okay, big boss, kill the boss. That is kind of a very normal reaction, instead of okay, is there anything else we could do about this, especially if there's a time crunch on it, which I believe there was when we had whatever was going on there, especially considering, like, we're trying to figure stuff out, and then a bunch of ferals come in, break down the gate, and honestly, we probably could have just stood there longer anyway. Like, there wasn't an immediate threat, but we just decided, oh shit, it's open, let's get down there. I'm like, that beast is not coming out of there. It is stuck in there. It cannot get through this doorway.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
The werewolves going down, they were actually just going down to, like, heal themselves.
Exactly.
It wasn't like a
But we just saw that
yeah.
it wasn't timed, but we all thought it was, or a bunch of people did. So they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go and fight." It's like, what are we doing? So,
I mean, I think that we have been, and another example of change, right? The graveyard, they weren't killing, right? They were attempting to seize the cultists. The cultists of all people. These are the people that have been, like, they were trying. They were killing themselves, but and we were only killing to kill, except for a couple people who were brutally murdering them in cold blood. I don't know. Oof. Did Morgan see any war crimes in the graveyard?
Morgan was literally not in the graveyard. She was in the graveyard briefly because she lost her entire squad and was with Ignis for a second. She found Ellie, ended up at the bottom of that hill, and just sat there the rest of the fight. So, no, she did not see any war crimes.
Wait.
She saw Lenneth save a cultist to try, like, not kill him, and then the cultist exploded on the two of them, and that was about it.
How?
So, no. What do you mean, how?
Maybe she's very good at staying out of combat.
Morgan literally was sitting there the entire time. I literally was sitting there with the coffins, just kind of vibing.
Well, I mean,
like,
yeah.
Alright,
I mean,
that's where they put me. That's where I've been ordered to sit, so I am sitting.
Who gave the order to sit there?
I believe it was Lux. What was really funny is that no one was.
Does
left with
Morgan?
her.
Did Morgan think that was the right call?
Morgan had no clue what else she could have done. This was more of a, we need a space. It was more of a, hey, okay, you know that I'm here. If someone's injured, you bring them to me. That is usually how things work, but no one was brought to her. So it was kind of like an, okay, nobody's really injured, I guess. Minus a couple things she found later, but
Right.
really it was just kind of like, okay, well, I'm down here. I'm just down here. I'm not sure what else I could do, because if I'm on the battlefield, then everyone else has to watch out for me. Or they think
Yes.
they do in some aspects. So it's kind of just, it's safer for me to be down here for everybody involved. If someone's injured, they know where to bring them. Except, apparently not, because Lux, I guess, didn't tell people that's where medical was waiting.
Yeah. No, we needed, basically, you need to be medical on the spot.
I'm always. Yep.
Yep, you have to be travel
I was
medic.
out of the
If you're not
way.
travel medic,
Exactly.
you are useless to us, unfortunately. Because we go down in that spot and we need medical attention. We're not moving to you. We don't have time for Lux to pick us up.
It's just that it's always been that medical usually has a place, and then everyone goes to medical. But now that Morgan is medical essentially on her own,
Yeah, you're it.
it's gonna be a bit of a change. Maybe we can get some movement buffs for Morgan in the sense of that, so that it's less of because that's needed for her.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do that.
Lux
She is
is
fast, not
the
speed.
leader, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So Lux does outrank Morgan. So yeah, giving her the order is in his
Except
purview.
She
Yeah.
totally would. We say this as if she hasn't disobeyed orders from even Stark before. Well, no, she
Well,
totally
right, but-
obeyed Stark, but she holds on to like, okay, if I don't think whatever your order is a good idea, I will ignore it. But this was a sense of, okay, we've always done this. We will do this.
Can I be honest though? Like, cause I don't. Okay.
Absolutely.
I understand people giving orders in the sake of the RP. It makes sense, right? But there's also such a thing as boring as fuck orders. And as a player, you should treat yourself to not be bored as fuck during a combat scenario, okay?
Well, here's the other thing, is that I had a really long work week, and that day was a long work day. I came to RP
okay.
tired as
Alright, okay, you were taking a nap, okay?
I was tired. I was like, you know what? I'm okay with this.
healed.
I was tired. It's why Morgan didn't really react when she saw the darkness shit. She was like, God damn it. Instead of, I'm tired.
Alright, cool. So it wasn't that bad,
I
alright.
need to sit down. No, it wasn't. It really wasn't that bad. It was I could have done more. I actually did go up a few times, but not very many. It could have been more, but honestly, it's fine. I'm glad we did it that day, not the day after, not the week after, because on the 7th, work was even harder, and I got injured at work. So it would have been so much worse. It could have been worse.
Yeah, we have a scaling problem. We introduced humans, and it's gonna be harder for us to, I guess, injure them. Unless we do like trial by like, I noticed we get more injuries if we just prolong the fight by time. So
Yeah.
if we just adjust the time period
God,
by like
no.
30 minutes, we'll finally get a couple casualties or like a couple ouchies. But like if we don't, then it doesn't seem like it's serious enough. So everyone bases seriousness on how long the battle goes in real time.
I guess so.
But it's so exhausting.
But it's so exhausting.
Like so much so.
It's so tiring. Like my knees are like broke. Like it hurts. Like,
Right.
I get it.
Oh,
I get it.
for me, it's just getting late. I will dip.
Oh,
good night,
bye. Oh, is it that
Bye-bye.
time?
Have
Is it
fun
already
rest
that
of it.
time?
Well, I mean, it's been a
Not
couple
really.
hours, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys,
2.5
you
hours.
guys,
Oh, yeah.
you guys can keep going, obviously,
Okay.
but
Yeah, we'll finish up the
I'm
the
tired.
questions. All right.
So, yeah. See you, Corey.
I'm gonna see who I can get for next week. Bye-bye.
Alrighty, let me know.
Hi, Corey.
Bye.
I just noticed the photo of Rook on the fucking cabinet.
I mean, he's glorious. You should see the one in the back room.
I'll have to look later.
It's better in RP. All right. So. Let's see. I can't wait to finally show everybody what's in Chipz's closet. It's been like his thing for like the longest time. Yes. I know, it's scary sounding.
Okay.
I know.
I mean,
Listen, it's since year one he's been
refrain.
collecting. Okay?
you've collecting
Yes. What are you typing?
G.
Coming.
Coming.
Wait. Ow.
Coming out. I didn't want to
Coming
say.
out of the
I
closet.
didn't
Okay. Okay.
want- I
good.
mean, what's in the closet is Chipz.
I prefer. Get out of here. Get
I mean,
out
we
of
all
here.
knew this.
Listen. Whatever. Get out of here. Whatever. Moving on. All right, guys. Questions. For Kiaske. I see one up here. As an RPer, do you like that injuries are usually up to the role player and not a DM?
Yes, because a lot of the times it is a latency issue where on my
True.
end I will see, because I've discovered recently that I have a pretty bad latency where if someone on one end looks like they've completely hit me, on my end I see them and I move out of the way. It's kind of awkward like that. The only ones that are really awkward with it is that if I get hit from behind or where I can't, like my sides where I actually cannot see you at all, or latency where I can't hear you. It's just, it can be, but I do appreciate that it is a player driven in a sense, but there are times where I'll be like, okay, well, I don't know what severity I should be having or what I should be dealing with this, so a DM would be nice, but I understand that there's a lot going on and it's a lot.
Right. I think the most we do as DMs is we let you know when you've had an impactful hit. Or something like
Yes.
that, or if your mana is draining, because sometimes people expend their mana, like they're literally unlimited, and we have to like just tell them, hey, drop the spell, bro. You can't hold your concentration that far. But that's about it. That's as far as the extent of us disrupting player. Yeah, the rest is up to player, and we usually I think we get good results from it. I mean, on pretty much every time. I mean, I don't think there's really a need to force it.
I always feel bad when Morgan comes out of fights unscathed or generally unscathed, but it makes sense.
Healer,
in a
you're
way.
the healer, and everyone's protecting. Yep.
Yeah. Well, also she just kites enemies and other people.
Man, there's that. Yeah.
She's done
All right.
a lot.
You mentioned how you brought into the RP, how you were brought into the RP, but you also, when you actually learned about AA, or did you watch it before you became a part of it? Oh, did you watch AA or did you? Yeah.
Okay. I did. Well, we can go further back. I talked to you about this after the last session. Is that I have somehow always been 2 steps away from this roleplay ever since it began. I watched these emblems get drawn type shit before I even knew what this roleplay was. I started watching a little bit with Haven in 2019 because I knew Haven. I saw he was streaming. I'm like, oh, what's this? And then from there, I kind of just got more and more. And then I saw Jixie. I was like, hold the fuck up. I know that person. That's my homie Mare. And from there, it just kind of was like a, hold on, what is happening here? Of collectively building onto, okay, well, this is interesting. How did I not know about this? Until eventually becoming part of it when I got my VR. In its
Let's go.
limited ways with AOD.
I mean, not that it matters. Did you get recommended in, or how did you get in? Because like a lot of people have been like, I want to join AA, but I can't find someone to vouch for me. But now it won't matter.
I had
open.
Vinehelm send me a gun emoji and the Discord link and it just said get in here when I said that I got my computer set up.
So
That's how I joined this. I was threatened into joining a session.
So Vinehelm reached. Did he even know you?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Well,
little bit. Like,
now I'm like, okay, I gotta like start thinking about like all the vouchers I've gotten. You know what I mean? That starts going through my head. Like, what quality of vouchers am I getting? Or are they just kind of going like this? Like, hey, I met this person in
No.
VR chat the other night, and I gave her the
No.
vouch. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, there was an assortment of people that wanted me in the project. It was just that Vine was the one that sent me the link.
okay, all right, yeah. Vine drafted you then. All right, it's on the up and up then.
Yes.
Okay, we're good. Okay. But now it's fun. I don't know if you've heard. I've been praising Into the Streets, but the RP tryout thingies are coming soon. I'm gonna be releasing
heard
them
about
tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. so excited. We'll see who wants to try out. Yeah. Well, it's more I just want to see people come and have a one-shot experience. I think that's gonna be so much fun, dude. Just coming in for a day or two and just like having a little like RP. Doesn't even matter, you know. Just for you, we give you a little RP, a little taste. You like it? You like the Ascension Academy vibes? All right, let's see what else. Questions.
What was it? I saw one from Wolf saying, do you think student characters should talk to teachers more to make RP? For example, guidance when they are getting new abilities.
Ooh,
that can be iffy. Just considering the fact that... not all professor characters really are super, like, aware in the sense of, I can ask one of the professors if I can learn something, but they're, like, unsure if that's something that can be approved, if that's something that they're allowed to teach, if that's something they know how to teach. It's just kind of an assortment of things. It's something that had to be set up out of character first. Like, yes, they should be going for guidance, but at the point where I did go to guidance, Morgan's at a point where she probably won't go for guidance from most of the teachers, because the last time she did, she was given a book from another professor and said, well, the professor you asked was just put into prison. Figure it out on your own.
Nice.
So...
Well, I mean, you always got to have a game plan.
I don't.
Well,
I don't usually.
Yeah, that doesn't help. Well, then you end up with a Chipz situation.
I do more now.
Right, which then it just kind of happens.
Yes.
Right, that's a Chipz situation, which just kind of happens.
That's where I've been too. Yeah, and
but that's mine's by design. It sounds like yours is more just it's happening that way.
It was originally a bit more intended, but because of the way that. Wow, we really ended up in one hell of a fucking situation by doing that. I'd rather. Holy shit!
I will say though, your staff has been literally put together over time.
Yeah.
So that one's more premeditated. That one's not just an overnight snap up here. So
sure.
Power up obtained, right? Like legendary item, sick. You know.
Right. It's yeah.
Other questions, Chad?
Maybe I'll be able to get some more story in with her when we come back.
And we're going to the north. I mean, everyone needs.
Oh boy.
I mean, here's my thing. Like, people need to like obviously have a little whatever with their own story and have an idea of what they want to do. The other thing is also taking advantage of the surroundings. Like, and I'm gonna be honest.
Right.
People ask all the time, and I can be a stickler sometimes with the requirements, but like if a opportunity makes sense in a region, it makes sense, and we'll try to figure it out. Like, hey, my character has a tie-in with this thing, and I want to do this little thing. Can we make it happen? And we're like, okay, well, that's like a 30-minute excursion. Okay, cool. We can get some individual stuff RP for them started. Okay, cool. All right, sick. And then they can just talk about it. All right, cool. Let's do it. We just figure it out. But we look for opportunities, but unfortunately there's so many of you guys and we have to do the main plot that we can't just look out for every opportunity. So but if someone like you sees it, like Mason for example was like, wait, my mom could just come visit. We were like, I guess you could. Yeah, I was a stickler on the timing. I wanted them to come a little later because we had like a big event happening, but like timing wise that was the important thing. But like other than that, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Give the RP, right? Like it makes sense. So yeah. But if you see something, you just reach out to DM.
Well, with Morgan, it's going to be a lot easier with the North because there's a lot of things going on in the North that I can take advantage of with Morgan.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of things in the North. I mean, we're headed towards main plot now. I don't even know what you're talking
about, but...
Well, we're headed towards main plot now.
Well,
so,
of course.
like, now that... I think people... We've been doing so many subplots.
It's a region I can do a lot with Morgan.
Yeah, we've been doing so many subplots that now we're going to be focusing on, like, the one bad guy now, right? Like, I mean, fuck. The general just declared war on the world, right? Like, literally just...
That general's been up there for a while.
Yes, well, that's why he's now invading, right? Because he had time to...
Exactly.
And that's...
Yeah.
You know what? That's kind of a question. Should we feel bad? because
I mean, we've known that he's been up there for a long ass time.
yeah, well, we didn't know where he. Well, we had a suspicion he might go north, but we didn't know for sure, and nor did we have any confirmation. I think some people were attempting.
I remember being in part of a meeting with Albrecht and Breyer, and having that entire being like, they're in the north, and then here's our kind of entire thing about it, and I'm just kind of sitting there like, I feel like I shouldn't be here for this, but I am. This feels like more main plot than I should be privy to knowing, but
Nah, I mean, it's fine.
It was very funny. It was just kind of like, oh, okay. But yeah, it's been pretty much confirmed that that's kind of where he ended up. Like, we didn't even attempt looking for him in other, because like, okay, we have a theory that he's in the north. We don't have a theory that he's anywhere else. But we don't go to the north. Instead, we do X, Y, and Z.
I'm gonna be honest.
Which,
if we pushed to go to the
but
north, if we pushed to
it
go to the
doesn't really
north, we
matter.
probably would have gone to the north. We could have done that. I mean,
Oh,
if it
totally.
makes sense. But like, we just didn't have any evidence pointing us that way. We just never gathered anything.
No. We
They
didn't have evidence that
suspected
pointed him
because
another way, though.
I think they just was like, oh, it's Mogdad, and it's the ancient evil in the north, so it makes sense he's there.
I don't
But-
even remember. It's been like 2 years. I do not remember why it was part of up to the north kind of scenario.
Vintage.
I remember having that scene, but I don't remember specifically.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. No, there were hints. We had visions and stuff. Oh, you're gonna go? Bye, Chi-Chi.
Hi, Chichi.
Bye, Chi-Chi. Why? We're almost done here with the questions. Yeah. No, there were some visions in there. Yeah, there were some visions. There were some things pointing towards the north. We did have a couple things. We.
Yes.
But was it enough? I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, we could have.
The way that with what Breyer and Albert were talking about, it probably could have been. But I mean, we were at a point in the roleplay where everyone was being so secretive about shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there was no way for anyone to be like, okay, well, we have this information, let's go to the north. It was more of a like, well, we have the information to go to the north, yada yada, but no one in any position of power to facilitate that is in the know of that. Because we're so unsure about the headmaster now because Akiyama's gone.
Well, I don't know if you noticed. If enough students or like players get behind an idea and create an action, we usually respond as DMs. For example, the plan, right? That was pushed by a bunch of players, then backed by a bunch of players, and then we did it. So,
I honestly would have. I every time that stuff like that's happened, I'm just kind of like, I have no idea if this is something that's been that was something that everyone was like, okay, this is what's happening.
Right,
And I just kinda
right.
go like,
Stuff
is
like this happens,
what's happening
yeah.
Because we know, like, this was this planned and like scripted, like, was this planned or not? I don't know. I don't want to touch it. I'm afraid. It's usually where I end up.
We have a loose
'Cause I
outline,
don't want to fucking ruin
and then it
anything.
usually goes to hell, and then we just kind of. So usually, okay, the best way to look at it is we have a rough outline, but we never we have an idea where we want to end up. And then a couple options on what's kind of done with the players, right? Like which way they swing, yeah. But you do your day plan, and then you assess. Then they probably are going to figure out something completely different than what you thought was your moral for that day, and then they're going to take that idea and go a completely different direction than you thought that your outline was going to go, which is fine. So then your next day, you just make a new outline. All right, cool. Next day, and then it's just day by day.
Yeah, really.
It really is just day by day.
Absolutely.
Follow a rough thing, and then we end up sometimes in a weird pattern, but we end up getting somewhere close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, what else we got, Chad? GMA sometimes. So stealth, Kiaske. How do your characters view each other? Well, Chipz is just lay off my tree. That's pretty much Chipz, but he doesn't really care one way or another. To be fair.
It's just like, why the fuck are you mad at me about the tree? But also,
Damn
okay,
right.
man.
Well, listen.
Okay, man.
Yeah, that's it.
I think they're both pretty like mutually just kind of like
Neutral. Yeah, I would say
you're
neutral. Yeah.
Like they don't really,
Yeah.
they don't wholly, they're not like angry fully at each other about anything.
No.
They're not like, there's no strong feelings one way or another.
I would say we're probably on the good side than the bad side because you
Yes.
don't do bad
Yeah.
things. And no, I don't do bad things to you. That's pretty much it. Or we avoid doing,
We're-
attempting to hurt each other, whether you're heel circle or,
Yeah.
whatever. Exactly. It's not. Some people wouldn't care. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest,
it's all stuff that's it's not intentional. It's
Right,
we're
right.
just kind of like, all right, we work together and it's fine.
Yeah, you're cordial. Some people can't. So that's good. You're a step above. I know, decent.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah, Morgan just
she and Hoshi
Saved you, what the
saved you,
fuck,
man. Okay, well, it was
I don't
mana.
know.
Mana.
Yeah.
I mean, they helped me cast that huge ass spell. I wasn't anticipating doing an AoE. But
Both of you
AoE.
passed out. I'm just kind of sitting there like, now what?
Yeah, it was a big AoE spell. Big,
Yeah,
big,
well-
big Drenu. Big Drenu.
Yeah.
Uh,
If Morgan didn't have CT, order squad roster. I honestly don't know because I remember Morgan being like, "I don't know where they're gonna put me." Logically, it would make sense for them to put me in Crystal Thorn because there's no healer, but otherwise, I don't know. God, I don't know. Morgan doesn't really have much of a strong enough relationship with people to be like, oh, I think we would go well in a squad. It's more of a, well, I'm healer and I just work decently with everyone I'm put with, so it doesn't necessarily remember. It does not remember. It doesn't really matter where I am. If you throw me wherever, as long as it just kind of ends up working out, and I know where I need to be. You just got to figure out around me, but that's really not that difficult. Morgan's very versatile that way.
all right, with all the new players coming in, what kind of character would you like to see, or character type?
I don't know. I have no opinions one way or the other. It's just kind of whoever shows up, they show up.
What would I want?
I
I want a dwarf.
Stealth wants a dwarf.
Give me a dwarf. Give me a dwarf. Give me a dwarf. I mean, I love me a dwarf.
I don't have
just
any.
don't have
I
one.
have no preferences. I'm pretty content.
Yeah, we had one, but Bargus, right? But that was a long time ago.
Vargas, and then we also had the one that was played. I don't remember who the fuck played them. It was a teacher character that we had a very, very short period of time.
More cat girls?
I forget that.
Agreed. Like the real cat girls, the one that.
I like cat.
All right, so that actually has some lore, but I'm gonna be honest, Chad. Anytime I fucking write world lore, nobody wants to actually be a part of the fucking actual world lore. They don't want to actually be part of that. Because if you want to be a cat girl, you gotta be part of a certain area, and a certain area is, well, anyways, it's kind of sussy over there. Is all I'll say.
Yeah, understood.
You know what I mean? Cat girls.
Cat girl.
The cat girls.
That's what we went through a tier list, and Morgan puts him on the question marks. I have no fucking clue. This was one for both of us. What characters do we wish that we had a better connection with? In character, at least. I think so. It was a question for both of us.
All right, well, you go first.
It's kind of difficult because Morgan had close relations with characters and then kind of just petered away. I really don't have a preference anymore. It's just kind of whatever happens. I mean, yeah, I wish that Morgan had a good relationship with the people that she was close with early on, but I think we're at a point where that's either going to be nearly impossible or just extremely unlikely, if not impossible. Her relations with everybody have been pretty good. I do think that her and Iris might start talking more, but out of everybody, that's kind of about it. She's at a very decent kind of arm's length with everybody. Which is a little depressing, but
Nah, it's fine. It's most people. Let's be honest.
It's kind of the way that things have happened with Morgan socially. It makes sense for her to revert back to that state that she had before the academy, just arm's length.
Okay, so let's see. For me, Scar-chan. I gotta get closer to her. I gotta get close to my Scar-chan. I gotta understand what she's feeling. What I'm feeling, you know?
Good luck with that.
Nah, no. It's hard. Fragmented soul, what do you do?
Such a cop-out.
Bro will die antisocial? I guess so. What else we got?
Look, both of these characters have become antisocial. It just kind of...
I guess. I'm social, but I'm an introvert, but
you're
extroverted.
You're social, but do you have anyone that's more than, like, arm's length?
I guess Victor, but, like...
That's not Victor, because Victor is also a cop-out.
Come on! Why? He's family.
I can't give you that one.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Some people don't even have a bestie.
Listen. Fuck, I mean, you're right. But
That's
also,
what I mean.
Shut up.
Like, right? I mean,
bestie-
I envy it. Okay.
My besties got together, okay?
It happens. It happens. And now, who are you? What are you? The third
I have
wheel.
No, I just don't got no besties.
Ouch! That's what a third wheel says, Chad, right there. They just don't got no besties no more. I'm gonna write their name on this notebook here.
It's more that it's been like over a year of this shit where it's like, okay, yeah, we kind of all bye. Okay, I'm still here.
I
And
see.
Morgan's ultimate originally was gonna be that AoE, but now it's just kind of like, I don't fucking know. I really don't know what her ult would be. We originally had a CT ult idea where it would be a defensive, like a very large bubble scale, but now that CT has like 3 of the characters that were part of that, it's not gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what kind of ult Morgan would have, because she can't really focus on speccing into anything else, because she just is medical now.
Listen, whatever happens, I don't know if we need to wait till some finale, but they just gotta come back for that one spell. You know what I mean?
Healer ult Chipz evaporates. I mean, that was kind of the plan in Fallbrook, but you know, not Chipz.
The fuck?
Someone else.
Alright, no, fuck that!
I wanted to see
I'm Xing him out. I've learned this from Kiaske today. Nah, fuck that.
this move. Nope.
Yeah, no, you out. Right, yeah.
God.
Let's see, suggesting who would... Alright, healer ult. Alright, cool, yep. Well, everybody, if you have any more questions, now's the time. Otherwise, I think it is time. We've been going for a good bit. 2:30. 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's about the time. Kiaske, so you stole Hoshi. Can you steal Scar-chan too? No. So we can see Scar-chan because Stealth doesn't want to. No.
If
No.
I finger tap, he's a cheat enough, maybe.
No.
Fair enough.
Did Morgan ever think about being CT squad leader?
No one has asked her to be lead for anything ever, so she wasn't really expecting Ellie to be like, oh, you should be squad lead. Like, she knew she wasn't going to get that. she knew that Ellie wasn't gonna want to be squad lead, so it was kind of a thing. Yes, Morgan does know Scar stuff. It's very stupid that she knows a lot of the amount that she does. But no. Yeah, no. Morgan would not have done a good. Well, she co-leads with Ellie whenever Ellie's doing so, because Morgan doesn't really care for the hierarchy. She just starts shouting shit out if she's, like, aware something's happening.
Alright, fair. Do you think Morgan
Do I
should
think
have
Morgan
a
should
rank in Med
higher rank?
Squad?
Morgan has no rank in the Mud Squad.
Yeah, I thought that was just a club. It's more like a med club. I think,
Yeah,
don't you
no,
guys
Morgan
have...
has no rank.
Didn't you guys have, like, basically, like, people who did, like, scheduling and stuff?
We have who's in charge. If there's, like, in the middle of, like, oh, it's like, oh, we're in combat. This person's in charge for medical, and then down, and then down, and down. Yeah, Morgan doesn't have any. It's Augusta, I think. It's Augusta, Iris, Rise, and I think... Who the fuck was the fourth one? I think it was Arashi. I think Rise is the fourth. It's Augusta. I know. Did they leave? No. Who the fuck is it? Can Morgan be swayed by the darkness? No, Raleigh. Thank you. Can Morgan be swayed by the darkness? Abso-fucking-lutely. It would not be hard. Well, it might be now, but it wouldn't be that hard.
Alright. Alright. Guys, so... Listen here. I think we're gonna call it here, guys. No more questions. Let's talk about the darkness real quick, because the questions will just get
Well, we can go.
fragmented.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Yeah. So we'll just talk about it. So, darkness, Chan. Now, obviously, darkness is like this primordial, fucking, just like everyone, you know, in their life has made choices, bad choices. We have good and bad in us, kind of a thing. And he's just kind of like that, you know, whatever. He's gonna bring that out of you, kind of a thing. So, usually, what'll bring it out is things that have happened to you, things that people who are close to you, who may have betrayed you, somebody who may have slighted you enough to lose a little bit of your trust. It becomes like this festering wound that slowly starts decaying and rotting away until it takes over. And you don't even realize it's happening. So, with that said, I know you've been part of a couple dramatic experiences as Morgan. Do you think those would play a factor in said darkness scenario?
I mean, most likely. I wouldn't see why they wouldn't.
Monkafuck.
I mean, yeah. There's... those things would probably be very in the forefront of those. I mean, there are definitely things in her past that could be brought up for that, but they're all things that have been enhanced or made significantly
New emote.
stronger
Let's
by
print it.
Interactions.
Put it up on
that
7
have
TV
gone
right now
sour
before anybody
and
else does.
such,
Go.
and her traumatic events that she's had in Ascension. So, yeah, for sure.
All right, so, all right, darkness. Do you think you? I don't know how to word this. So.
Right.
What's the worst thing that Morgan's done, like in RP
Morgan
and or
herself?
backstory? Yeah, Morgan in backstory.
Morgan herself.
Like kill somebody or like, you know,
No.
slay the whole town.
It's usually not things that it's not stuff that she's done. It's things that people have done around her because of who she is. It's usually things like, it's where she grew up near Roderick. The Fae are mostly considered like do not go near them. That is a dangerous situation, which is fucking fair. Fae are dangerous. You don't really want to mess with them too much. But with Morgan being partially Fae, it's usually things like her being slightly found out she's Fae, and then that town fully just like trying to get her out of town, thinking that she's gonna steal their children, things like that. So it's just gonna be trauma under those things. And mostly like Morgan doesn't really have a sense of self at all. So she's still pretty blank under a lot of circumstances. There are ways that she hasn't done anything specific or anything big that could cause the darkness to be like, oh, you've done this bad thing. It's more just like,
So it's gonna be for them. It's
you yourself, you as a person should not exist type scenario.
Oh, okay. All right. So a little bit of you're just
More
feeling
of it, like-
dissociated from society, so you don't really.
There are things that could be coming up that could make it worse,
All right.
potentially.
All right. So then, all right. I think I get what you're saying. So basically, you're going. It's all black and white, literally a rain cloud above your head, and you're just like, no one knows I exist. I walk, and then you're like literally walking against the. They're walking this way. You're walking this way, right? Kind of a scenario, but they don't even notice that they're bumping into you the whole time, and you know, boom, 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 and you're like, yeah, this sucks, and then you just look back, and they just don't even see you. Yeah, fuck those guys, and then like
it would be more of an instant. Yep. Sorry. It could be more of an instance of the darkness being the one thing that recognizes her as a being, and being the one thing that fully accepts her.
Because I mean, because you're
where you would end
besties. Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck them.
Yeah, nah.
Just
Hi, I haven't seen a student. Whatever.
except not really. To clarify, her relationships with those two are still. She's still friends with them. It's just not bestie status. It's not. Listen, the first interaction she had with Victor was him telling her about the darkness. Okay, I feel like we just went downhill from there very rapidly.
I mean, he just. This is always chaos. I guess.
So. Dude just straight up was like, "Do you know what's going on at this school? No. Come with me. I'm gonna explain it to you." And I'm like, "All right." Pretty much. It was very silly.
Yeah, well, darkness offering positivity. It's okay.
It would be an interesting twist on it.
I mean,
I don't know if it's possible.
They do. I mean, it's define what you mean by positivity, because if you mean by reinforcing behavior, that can be neither good nor bad. It's just reinforcement.
It would be influencing into. It's kind of like how with most cults, how you see the leader as the person that is your savior, is someone that sees you, understands you, and is pushing you to be a better person, to be forward, like yada yada yada, even if it's completely false. All of that's not true, but you think it is because you're so like, this is the person, this is who or whatever is.
Yeah, you would have been primed for Ymra.
It's validation. It's the validation.
Yeah, Ymra would have loved you.
Oh, totally. Totally.
But basically, that's just so you know, darkness, whatever that whole plot line, it was actually a conversation at the time that it was a little very similar to the way the darkness works, and I was like, I don't know, but we did it, but yeah, it's very similar to that, yeah. So you're gonna
it's just on a smaller scale with Ymra.
Well,
and it's less primordial.
Yeah, it's less. I mean, yeah, there's differences for sure.
Yeah, of course.
We need to make the Darkness Squad.
The veins are there. The Darkness Squad.
Yeah, they already exist. Yeah, so all right, so we'll pass you on to the cult leader, Darkness Chan, and you'll be set for life. Cool.
Are you saying Darkness Chan's the cult leader? Because in that case, it's just me being the cult leader to myself.
Well, think about it. I mean, promises of I am we and we are he. I mean, we're all together, but there is no one.
That's a lot. My brain don't work too good.
That's okay. It's a good song.
I can't fucking believe that I ended up with the Darkness Chan title for doing something that was completely not darkness related.
Well, here we go. I think that's it. It's a good way to end off. Darkness Chan, coming for our souls. Subscribe if you haven't yet. That's nice timing. God damn, I love that. Subscribe. I could use to keep this channel running. I appreciate you. All right, everybody. Enough shilling my own channel. All right, good night, everybody. Have a good one. Thank you, Morgan, for coming.
See ya.
Onto the podcast, The V, and I'll see you in RP. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Peace,
yeah.
peace out, bitches. Peace out, bitches. Phenomena.